Sasso opened up. We did
With a wig like
Fire
this.
Kid and Friends. He had a wig on and glasses.
Yeah.
And was like, "Oh, it's great."
We're talking about Sasso.
Wait, so he's doing what now?
Sasso played a character. He went on stage and did stand up. It was Brian Callen and Friends at the Comedy Store. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he went up there and played this character. He's like in a shitty suit, glasses, and he brought his notes and just did bad jokes.
So fucking.
It crushed
He'd be like this.
He'd be like, "Am I right?"
Yeah, he'd go. Yeah. Anyway. I got some wrote notes, some jokes here. What's the deal?
And then he'd do it.
You hear
live.
him like this. You hear him go. What's the deal with Starbucks? Huh?
It was.
What's the deal with Starbucks? Anyway, there.
It was so funny.
Oh, he would like slightly
Oh, my
run it.
God. He's like, yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. And
You're such a funny kid. Yeah, you
the butt of
got
the
your
bang.
braces in, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw it last time. You were quiet about it.
What's that?
You were quiet. He was quiet
Dude, I
about
speak very well with my new. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, they're in the way. They're a little.
They
bit in
are?
the way.
It's weird to do a podcast with them on.
I don't think people know.
Like you took them out and put them on before you go on the air.
it. Yeah, I thought it was
That
a
makes
nighttime.
sense.
I thought it was a nighttime thing.
Well, I got to wear them apparently 22 hours a day for them to be effective. But it doesn't matter. You can't tell.
Oh, 22 hours.
You
Yeah,
know
you can
shit.
tell. Oh
You
God.
sound like such a dork.
Remember that time I had the little spot on my nose, and you're like, "No, it's. I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
it's all I can look at." I'm like,
You can definitely tell.
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
you could
dude,
tell.
because the dentist called and I have cracks in my teeth from grinding my teeth.
Yeah.
And it's not they're like, "Oh, when you sleep." I sleep with my mouth open because I can't breathe. So I sleep with my mouth open. So they went in there and they were looking at, this is Thursday. It was Beverly Hills dentist, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, "Oh, what we can do, the cracked ones, we can put, it's not veneers. It looks like a veneer, but it goes over them." And I'm like, "That'd be cool." And like, you just make it straight. He goes, "Yeah, you don't have to do anything Invisalign, nothing." I'm like, "Oh, that's dope." And then he's like, "Yeah, you don't show your bottom teeth when you smile, so we can just do the top 8 that are cracked and the back ones will fix." I go, "This is cool, man." And he goes, yeah. I'm like, "All right, cool." Well, dental insurance doesn't cover anything.
No.
You have any idea how much that was?
well,
Why? I didn't do it.
Okay, wait.
I did
Yeah.
not do it.
Wait. Let me tell you.
Joanna was with me. He tells us the price.
Hold on,
and I
hold
go,
on.
"Check, please."
Hold on,
And he
hold
goes,
on.
No. We can figure out. I went, "No, I promise you, my
So
teeth
he's got
aren't
to fix a bunch of cracked teeth.
by putting. They look like veneer. They
Yep.
don't follow your teeth. They put
Yep.
them over the
So
teeth.
they got to take a mold of your
Pricks.
tooth,
Yep.
and they got to make it custom. Each tooth. How many teeth?
Originally, they told me just the 8 up top, and then he goes, "The only thing is, you talk a lot. We've been watching the shows, so if
You're talking 15 grand.
15. See, I would do it for 15.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Oh.
15 is an adorable number.
Adorable.
It's
What?
an adorable number.
Adorable.
It's an adorable number.
50 grand.
50 grand? That can't be real.
No, it is real. It is.
That's
50
the
grand for
minimum
that.
for these
And
teeth.
the fucked up thing is, my
What the
friend's a
fuck?
car mechanic. He blew out these teeth right here.
Yep.
They broke, and it cost him. It's $15,000. He doesn't have $15,000.
Like each
No,
tooth,
that's
gotta
like
find a
each
dentist.
tooth
He's gotta
is
find a
usually around
dentist.
6 to 8
Yeah,
grand.
he's gotta
But
find a
these
dentist.
For
with the-
something like that.
I don't know.
Or yeah.
Like
No,
he
no,
goes,
he was
50
just
grand,
saying
and
that's
Joanna
fucking
goes, "What do
crazy.
you want to do?" I went, "Absolutely not."
No.
And the guy goes, "Well, you got to think it's investment." I go, "Dude, I'm telling you, I don't need this. I got it." And I looked at my girl. "We're not doing this. This makes no sense.
50
I'll
grand
just
on
ride
teeth?
out with these fucking."
You'll ride it
I was
out.
like, my teeth aren't that bad.
When your
Why
teeth
do I
fall
have
out, you'll get them fixed one at a time. This is what I do.
this? Yeah, man.
Yeah, just wait for them holes
Sometimes
to fall
my
out.
tooth will just crack.
I'll go George Washington on it. What's the for wood teeth? What are we
Wood-
doing?
Well,
the wooden teeth?
Daddy grew up overseas, so Daddy had cavities from a very early age, and that's back in the day, in the '60s or the '50s, whenever I was
When
alive.
dentistry
and they
wasn't
drill
popping.
the fuck out of your tooth and fill it with all kinds of mercury and all kinds of lead.
I had to get those replaced. Yeah, even when I was
yeah.
a kid, they did that.
Oh yeah.
They replaced it, and now it's white. They
Replaced what?
I had a filling that was like mercury silver. It looks nasty when you
Yeah,
open it.
yeah.
You can't. It just looks like a black fucking tooth.
My mouth was all-
so that's white.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's
My
why
mouth
some
was
people
all
have like the
fucking-
black.
all fucking-
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what that is.
All
50 grand. You should see my girl. No, check please.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was,
That's
let me talk to you real
hilarious.
quick. We're not Drake, okay? We're not Drake. We're not doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Do I look like
$50,000.
Kevin Hart?
And that's
We're
not,
doing
and that's not tax deductible. You gotta
no.
You know,
I mean, you might be able to because
if you were an actor, not if you're a podcaster. There you
I
go.
don't know. TV, you could get away with.
You might be able to write
You
some
rent
off.
half, I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's ways around it. For
Yeah.
you can
Still $50,000.
Oh, still. I mean, well,
Still $50,000.
Yeah,
what?
don't. Yeah.
That's my.
I'll buy a
new-
Rolex. It'll
Well, that's
take
my new Tesla.
it'll take my fucking. It'll take the attention away from my teeth.
I got the old 3 Series Tesla. I'm driving a small
Did you
one
finally
now.
get it?
White on white.
Get the,
White on white.
you
And
vegan now too, or what?
well, that's a good question because it's a little spaceship, and I have a. Have I shown you my car key?
Was it a credit card?
It's a credit card.
That's my
There it
car
is.
key.
That's cool.
And now I don't even need that. It just works with my phone. It's like a Bluetooth, but it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Honestly, it's a little
You know, most cars, every car I have, I don't need a key. I just walk up and enter it and then push start.
Every car, right?
Every car I have.
Because the key's in your pocket.
Oh, because it's 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way,
The Ferrari, you just walk up.
So I would way rather have that because this, if the Bluetooth is wonky on your phone,
Like
you got a problem.
Oh.
You can't open the car.
But if you have that card, can you get in?
Yeah, you can, but I got to pull it out. I got to pull it out of my
Hell yeah.
of
And actually
my-
touch
I gotta-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a problem too. So
Like you're paying like American Express?
yeah,
like
you got to
just
tap it.
It's not terrible.
I'll tell you what I
I
like.
mean, old cars, you
It's
had
got
to
a-
fucking
it's got a
stick the key
charger.
in.
It's got a charger. It's got a bed where I just put my phone on and charge it. It's a very feminine car. Don't get me wrong, because it's a small one.
Hey,
You'll see
hey.
it.
All my cars have that too. It's 2022.
Yeah.
Even Ferrari has that.
Yeah, but my car's got speed. I saw a black Ferrari out there.
White.
I saw a black one.
Was it not Chris's?
No,
Was it
I
a black one like
I
mine?
saw a beautiful black one like
Oh,
yours
wow.
out there.
Oh, wow.
That's not yours?
I haven't seen it. No, mine's green. Wait, did you see it over there? Thought it was black? It's in the shade?
Where'd
looks-
you park
it
it?
looks-
Against the
Against the...
where the electric.
yeah.
Yeah, that's his.
That's my car.
Oh, that.
Convertible?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Oh, I thought that was black.
No, Daddy.
How weird.
Top comes off.
Hey,
It's called
you-
getting the titties out.
Oh, damn.
That's
Now is that the
a
new
non-
one? That's the one.
the newest F8. Yeah.
No, but you said you were.
I get a newer one in probably 5 to 6 months.
do you have to pay for that, or that you're just? Okay.
Of course I have to pay for it.
Wait, so you
I just
trade
get
that
it at
one?
MSRP. I'll sell this one for more, roll into that. Yeah.
Oh, so you're rolling that. So you're only
Brian-
holding on to one of them for 5
Yeah,
months.
I won't- yeah.
Now, what a lot of people don't realize is you can't get an offender bender with that.
Oh, no. No, no. You
Now, if you
get
get
a
offended,
hook. Yeah.
you're on the hook
For it's yours. You might as well just get out and like, well, I own it now.
because you can't really. Now it's your everyday driver because you can't really sell it to collectors because they're like, no, I want a new one,
Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but you would lose a ton of money.
a ton.
A ton.
So, what's the level of damage you can sustain without losing any money? Oof. Get a little fender
You could
bender.
scrape the rim because they can fix that.
Can I get a
You
little
can
fender
scrape
bender?
the back.
Can I get a little
Eesh.
dent?
Then you get accident on there. You could still make money on it, but not the full potential. Like if you got a little fender bender and you have to replace that, you'd still be all right. But you fuck a car up and it has to,
Any engine shit, you're fucked.
You're still making a lot of money. I mean,
That's how bad it is, man. You don't fuck
No,
those
Ferraris
things up.
people are very
They're
particular.
stressful.
yo, that Tesla's faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Have you ridden?
No, I
it?
wasn't. Yeah, he was.
Well, mine's got the
when we
extended
were going to
battery
Air
life
One.
and it moves.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, oh, that's pretty.
That was my old one. That's the S. This
That one
one's-
was still.
this
I mean,
one's
that was still
faster.
fast. Oh, that one's
This
faster
thing's
than that one.
faster, Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, it's
you know what
pretty
bothers
fast.
me about Tesla, and no one wants to talk about this. Like those Plaid ones, they have one even above the Plaid now. I forget what they call it.
Yeah.
So if I'm 16, let's say my son when he turns 16 wants a car, and I have the money to get him that S whatever the Plaid one, and it goes 0 to 60 in like 1 second.
It's crazy.
It's a dude. You're. It's literally
very
This one
dangerous.
right here?
It's very dangerous.
the Falcon. No, that no. I forget what it is. They were showing it the other day, but just say the Plaid edition. It's like the Model S Plaid.
Yeah.
It's so fast. It's like you're giving a 16 or 20. There's
a model.
anybody can buy
It's
it.
irresponsible.
Like anybody, it is when
Yeah.
these cars can get so fast. Like
you should have,
like
you should probably have to take a class.
You really
Literally,
should,
yeah.
especially for certain ones. Like
Yeah.
like the Dodge Viper when it came out in the 90s, that should have came with a class. So many people died in that.
Yeah.
The GT 2, the original RS, they call it the Widowmaker because it was impossible.
right?
It was a nightmare to drive.
Jesus
You
Christ.
had to be a
Damn.
real savage.
Well, they say that
Certain
with a
for like
course
that-
like that, you should take a course.
but no,
on a
but you
track.
can just buy it, which is no one thinks about
Yeah.
that. But you better put a mask on.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, it's like which level, like certain things were cool with certain things. were
Yeah,
not.
that's right.
Like
That's
level of
fucking
risk.
Yeah.
So true.
Like you know how much deaths would go down in car accidents if we wore helmets like NASCAR drivers?
well, I've always said that.
Do you want to wear a helmet?
You-
Well,
you've
no, I
always
don't
said
want
that?
Or just lower the speed limit to 40 miles an hour. You will de facto save lives.
lower it to 25.
Or
Nobody died.
you'll save all the lives. So we do put a price on human life.
It
Let's be
depends.
honest.
Yeah.
Let's-
yeah.
but
Depends.
to your
They
point,
can't- I guess
now-
the helmet
now-
industry would make money.
Now we don't talk about COVID because it gets exhausting. But I don't know if you saw Jack Tapper, CNN saying, "Hold on, we're now realizing that if you have asymptomatic COVID, but you go into the hospital for a broken leg, it's recorded as COVID.
Oh yeah, that's old news.
It's recorded as a
Yeah.
COVID
Yeah.
hospitalization.
CNN's about
I thought they
two,
did
if you
been
die
saying
too-
that.
CNN's about 2
Yeah.
months out.
So
from
when
this.
you're fucking doing this, well, I know that
Those count.
I know
They
that
count those.
But now it's actually been admitted. If you had said that again,
they admit it,
if you had
yeah.
said- but if you had said that 2 months ago,
You're kicked off YouTube.
You're kicked off.
Yeah.
So when are we going to
Twitter.
start getting fucking honest about what really is going on with COVID?
No, but now, let's be fair, everybody. Should we put a misinformation thing on CNN? Because how much misinformation?
That
are they
was
giving?
misinformation.
Yeah.
But
we also shut down fucking
but
schools.
why don't they get a warning like Rogan does?
Oh, because it's also MSNBC and it's also everybody else. Wait, so
it 'cause
also,
of who was
well, they
backed
shut my kids are still in masks, and my kids have been in. They were homeschooled for 9 months. I want to know. I want to know what you're going to do for me.
Well, have
and you
you-
shut down all these businesses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but have you seen the?
It didn't save any lives.
Have you seen the survey they've done
Piece
on
of shit.
the lockdowns with how what it's done to families? It's nuts.
Yeah, have you seen how many lives it saved? 0.
Yeah.
Look at the Johns Hopkins study.
It's nuts.
It's just Johns Hopkins.
Don't
Okay.
get started, dude. Let's move on. Before
Well,
Atlanta.
Hey, did you hear that Rogan got in some hot water?
what happened?
Rogan got in some hot water.
What?
Well, he was apparently
Recently?
accused of spreading COVID misinformation. So Neil
That's
Young
old
and
news.
Joni Mitchell, yeah. And then there was a compilation of him. They took it out of context, but he was using the N-word. I didn't like the Planet Edition story. I'd heard
That was
that.
tough.
He
Yeah.
took that down, and he apologized for that, which I thought was appropriate. But
Agree.
I do think that what happens in these situations when Spotify, now there's still censorship. I want to make clear that 110 episodes would just mysteriously
Hold on,
vanish.
but no, they didn't. Rogan took them down.
Okay.
Spotify did not take them down.
I would imagine under the pressure of
Well, I'm just saying Rogan's
Compromise.
team and like even the CEO came out and was like, just so you guys know,
Yeah.
Rogan doesn't send to us and then we go through and they upload.
Yeah.
He like that's not our deal.
Yeah.
He has every discretion to upload himself.
Yes.
He has every discretion to decide what episodes to pull down.
Yes.
His team decided to pull these 100 episodes.
sure
down.
they
We're
did.
not censoring.
And all I'm
because
saying
in his
is that-
deal is saying they can't censor. it.
I'm sure, and all I'm saying is that came that pressure, that there is pressure out there, and so those episodes came down, all good.
But
Yeah.
is anybody up? I mean, I get it. You give them the answer and take them out. Is anybody upset? Some of those are taken down. I don't give a fuck.
I don't.
Does
either.
anybody go back and listen to those old ones? I mean,
no,
they
no.
did buy his catalog, but those really old ones, how dare they take down a blah
No,
blah blah
I don't,
from
I'm not,
4 years
that's not what
ago?
I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what I think is interesting about this whole experience is that I think you're going to see new platforms come out in response to this.
Oh, Rogan
And I
got
think-
offered $100 million today to go to some new platform.
Rumble.
Rumble offered him $100 million, which
Yeah.
To put all their stuff.
we need more Rumble. But then
Yeah.
Patrick Bett had a great idea. He goes, I don't get why Elon, who's worth how many billions? I
heard him.
Like just offered Joe $1 billion
Him, Peter
contract.
Thiel.
You get Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Like, look at the biggest names in our space. Put them all under the same banner.
Everybody will follow.
We're all jumping ship.
Everybody's jumping.
No one wants to be on this shitty ship we're on. It's too rocky.
Yeah.
That's how much he's worth?
Yeah. So $1 billion.
Goddamn.
So $1 billion for him. Come on, everybody knows.
Yeah.
For $1 billion for him,
It was that
it ain't shit.
No.
For Elon, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
No. $2 billion isn't much.
Yeah.
And it'd be a great.
I mean, you could do
it'd be a great-
100 billion. His life doesn't change. If you put 100 billion behind his
Not at all.
podcast,
Think about
he'd
it.
be like,
I mean,
Yeah.
the
how crazy is that?
I know.
If he was like, if Joe, not that Joe would ever do this, we know Joe, he's never going to ask him. But if Elon came to Joe and went, hey, when your Spotify deal's up in a year and a half, right now I'm putting all the infrastructure in, I'm investing $1 billion into it, and I'll pay you $1 billion to come over.
Yeah.
That's
actually,
nothing
though,
for him.
that number is very, very tricky. It's not that he has.
There's
that money.
stock. It's
It's
stock.
stock. It's what his company's worth. So his actual cash, it's different.
Billions.
He's got some money.
Billions. Let's say that's 90% off, Brian.
Yeah.
He still has $23 billion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got enough money to start his
Yeah.
own
So
platform.
let's not act like he's not
by
a
the way-
billionaire.
and by the way,
let's not act like he's not
Yeah.
worth all the money.
Well, also a platform would be good business, I think, because a lot of people are really hungering for a place where freedom of speech, regardless, and freedom of ideas, and responding to evidence is a very popular thing. Look at the COVID.
I already know his thoughts on it. What were your thoughts on like them breaking down that compilation like that?
Of the
Rogan.
I think this is a time when you have to realize that's going to be a liability, and it's just part of the free speech thing too. It's part
Yeah.
of the expression on the other side. I don't care about that. You know that's going to be a liability. If you talked for 12 years, you've said some shit that people can take out of context.
And-
the one
but-
thing I can tell you, I'm just going to tell a quick story because I happen to know Rogan longer than anybody probably.
Yeah.
And when we were 27 or 28, this was in 1996. I noticed that Joe, he was a Boston kid. Now, if you know anything about Boston, and if you know anything about working class white guys from Boston, racism ain't that rare up there.
Yeah.
It just isn't. And he was also spent his time in Newark, New Jersey. Now, once again, if you know anything about Italian kids in Jersey, there's a lot of the N-word was always. I grew up in a generation when the N-word in Boston and in Jersey and New York, in certain white neighborhoods, Italian neighborhoods, was used all the time, like the way you'd say, pass the ketchup.
I mean, watch Bronx Tale for God's sakes. We carry on.
And so I remember this very, very well. I remember I said to Rogan, I said, I never hear you say anything prejudiced. I've never heard you say anything sort of derogatory about black people. And he goes, oh, that's because I'm not a fucking idiot. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, it's all about education and experience and culture. He said, everybody has the same potential. He goes, I grew up in Boston. He goes, I know a lot of dumb white people too. Yeah. So if I'm going to go bad on people like that based on that.
Every ethnicity has their
But he was never, he never from day one, it just never made any sense to him. And I know that, and I remember we had that conversation because I was just surprised that a guy who didn't go to college, who didn't have an education back then, and who had grown up around that element. He grew up around in pool halls, stand up, and it was a very white world. And I never heard him once say anything derogatory about it. When we're talking about the N-word, he was always using it in context. I remember I was on a podcast when he said it. He said, "You might have been with me." He said even the N-word. He says the word. He goes. People go crazy over that word, even if you just say it. And we were talking about that. It was probably about, 8 years ago?
At least.
But there was a lot of instances where he was talking about the word and the power of the word.
And that's what they're using.
But
where he, and he admitted he fucked up is with the Planet of the Apes thing.
I didn't like that. Either.
I was like, I don't like that.
No.
It was but again, and I'm not giving him a free pass, but talking for how many hours? For 12 years? What I don't
He made a clumsy joke.
What I don't want to have happen is let the left, and it's not working for them. Wait till the elections happen. Let the left try and silence people and go after people's history and backgrounds. Yeah. What I don't want to happen is, and we're seeing it now from the right, the middle, the left, is all these people attacking Rogan, and then even the right goes, well, look at The Rock. Look at his Chinese accent he did.
Right.
Look at what he did with transphobic.
So now it's just
it becomes a crazy.
Then nobody can speak.
Exactly.
And they've all made mistakes.
100%.
But they've matured. And like Howard Stern, I can't fucking stand now. I used to love Howard. Yeah. He's the biggest king of the soy boys. Yeah. Let's take a little break from chatting with the squad. Listen, the NFL season is coming to an end, but man, is it a good one. This Sunday is the Super Bowl, kids, and DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay. The official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl 56 has a super offer for you new customers. Get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 or more and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. I think the Rams are going to win. Wouldn't be mad if Cincy won because I like Joe Burrow. Anyway, listen, there's also the UFC 271 this Saturday, and DraftKings is also giving you a ton of ways to make money on Saturday, the big UFC card, while you're watching the Calabas Fight Companion live at 7 p.m. with the boys on Thick Boy. So, man, if you know fighting, you want to make some bank, use DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code FIGHTER. Bet just $5 or more on either Super Bowl 56 team and get $280 in free bets if they win. That's promo code FIGHTER at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. 21 or older, minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gaming resources. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text the Tennessee Red Line 1-800-888-789-7777. In Connecticut, call 887-897-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 if you're still listening after all this. Download the DraftKings app right now. Use promo code FIGHTER.
My thing is, it's like, what are we really trying to fucking get at? Because like
exactly.
It does like you said with the call outs, like now people are calling out The Rock, on the other side
Goldberg.
I
don't like that.
And it's like annoying because
Whoopi Goldberg issued an apology.
And she should be allowed to come back on.
That's
why
what I'm saying.
Like she apologized.
Yeah, exactly. So why do we keep going after that? Like why do we keep going after that? Like if Rogan said what he said, then what's more?
Well, the larger question is this: do you really think you're making the world more equitable, less racist by suspending Whoopi Goldberg, shaming,
silencing Rogan,
all that.
It doesn't do anything.
But also the public has.
They're not the bad guys.
But also
there are the bad guys.
No, there's real bad guys.
The bad guys.
They're behind the scenes.
The bad guys censorship.
Let me tell you something.
There's also bad guys, but let me ask you this: the public has spoken worldwide.
Yes,
it's as clear as day. And why these major networks don't pick up on this? The public has spoken.
They're always too slow. What were you going to say?
Look at the ratings.
I mean,
100%.
And also, and this is I went on this long rant on the Shop Show. Look, who do you think comes out on top in all this? So Rogan's at 11 million, average 11 million downloads a show. I would bet my bottom dollar by the end of the year, once we go through elections, all that stuff, he's at 20 million per show. The biggest show in the world.
100%.
He gets bigger from this.
100%.
Because what happens is there's all this negative headlines. And you know how it is. I have people in my family go, that Rogan, I can't believe that's your friend. I go, excuse me? He's the best person. Excuse me? What? I go, watch an episode and then tell me the same thing. So what's going to happen, and again, let's say 100 million people hate him. Let's say just 10%, 20% go, let me look into this guy. You're going to love him. But he's on every major network. He's the storyline. And those people, the dumbasses, are going to come up with their own ideas about Rogan and go, he's actually not that. This is actually pretty dope.
Of course.
Wow, he's open-minded. He's a good person. He's a great dad. He's not racist. He's not transphobic.
You can't define him. That's the problem.
You can't. And that's and he has too much power, and he's not part of the agenda, so they can't stand it.
Well, he's not. You can't cancel him. Let's be honest.
No, it's impossible.
And that's what I love about it.
And I said this. I said
he's a good man.
And I said this on the Shop Show too. Don't get it twisted. Yes, Rogan's show is on Spotify. Spotify is on Rogan. Rogan's bigger than Spotify.
Yeah.
Do never get it twisted.
I got Spotify because of Rogan. I didn't have it before that.
No. Spotify is on Rogan's platform.
Yeah.
He's just allowing them to stream his show. He leaves. Those people aren't staying on board for Spotify. No one gives a flying fuck about Spotify. He can go anywhere he wants.
Yes. And you may see that in 2 years. You may see
year and a half.
You may see another platform.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you'd want to deal with this. And again, you look at the biggest people in our space. You look at Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, the biggest big dogs, even Rogan on his own. They're all right. They're the
you know what you're dealing with though. If you own, but if you own Spotify, what you're dealing with is if you're in Google, your Spotify. What you're dealing with is a lot of young, highly educated kids who came from institutions of higher learning, and they majored in the humanities, and they were indoctrinated. And notice how I don't say educated. They were indoctrinated into, in many cases, in my opinion, ideas that were already proven wrong through history, but have been repackaged. And it is this postmodern sort of neo-Marxist kind of thing. For example, one of the biggest things you'll see coming out of the universities is categories. Categories are considered oppressive because when you have categories, man, woman, black, white, especially let's just take the man, woman thing. When you start talking about male, female, or a man, woman, and you start designating that as there are certain immutable characteristics. There are certain characteristics about a man or a woman that you can't change no matter what you do. The reason that there is a movement in the postmodern Marxist kind of idea of getting rid of categories is that's exactly what the Marxists did. So the Maoists in China, men and women had the same haircut and they wore the exact same uniform. I'm old enough I went there. I went there when they were all wearing the same blue uniform. They wore it's like looking at everybody walking around in those in the medical scrubs. Everybody.
Yeah.
And that would be the idea. And one of the I believe history's the biggest enemy is when you start subjugating the individual for the collective. When you say the state and the greater good and all of us have to come together and you as an individual have to be silenced because you're interfering with the good. That's not what this country was founded on. That is Marxism.
That's
very dangerous.
You want to silence the outliers.
And that's how you make everybody poor.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's how you kill innovation. You have to reward people who are willing to take a risk. The biggest thing you're rewarding people for is taking a risk. When you start your own business, it's a fucking risk. It's a pain in the ass. When you're trying to do 1,000 things.
Yeah.
And you're doing it because you hope that you're going to separate yourself and make money. Yeah. Nobody wants to be equal. What do you mean equal equality of opportunity?
But also the reason those entrepreneurs and more fail than make it, Because of the risk.
Of course.
And they were willing to risk things that these other people weren't.
Time. Yeah.
So they should
Energy.
They should be compensated for that.
You know how many businesses?
Like when he created his show, he had lost his agency. He was banned from the store for the Mencia stuff. Like, right?
I remember it very well.
So, like, yeah, he like lost all these things, and then
he just hated Joe. Joe
is
hated,
that how it started? Correct?
Yeah, he called me one time. I remember we were auditioning for the same thing, and he and he goes, yeah, he called me. He goes, you know that thing? I go, yeah. He goes, I told the director. The director goes, do you mind doing it like this way? And I would be like, okay, because I have different language. And Joe goes, he called me. He told me, he goes, I told him no. And my agent just freaked out and called me. I go, what do you mean? He goes, the fucking jerk off. He was like a kind of a jerk off kind of dude. He was wearing cool shoes.
And Rogan never went back to acting, right?
And yeah, the guy goes, we had a huge argument about it. But the guy goes, can you mind doing it like a different way? Like do it. And he gave him direction. And Joe goes, I don't really want to. He goes, nah, I don't feel like it. If you want me for it, we can do it on a set, but I just don't feel like it right now. And they go, what?
Excuse me?
The guy goes, what? He goes, yeah, I don't feel like doing it that way. I just don't want to do it.
That's
and they go,
Rogan in a
okay, thanks.
nutshell.
And he left. His agent freaked out and he called me. And I remember he goes, I don't think I'm going to act anymore.
Yeah.
Because he knew I was balls deep in
love
acting.
it.
Yeah.
And he told me a long time, he goes, stop acting, man. You gotta just, we got in a huge argument at dinner one time because he was like, this acting class is a waste of time. You're being an actor, just do stand up. And I was like, nah, fucking acting's better and acting's class is good. We got in this huge.
But all this woke movement and silencing, it's not going to, I'm telling you, wait till the elections. Start with Virginia, wait till the elections. People are sick of it. People are speaking out.
And you don't have to be a conservative to be sick of it.
No.
I don't know how to make sense.
Side. I don't like any of them.
No.
They're all politicians are narcissists. They're all crazy.
Yeah, but
I think the only reason Trump even had a shot was because he was different and he was authentic. Yeah. Whatever that might be, polarizing or insane, he was authentically himself.
I just don't want, and I think it's very American to say this, it's not left or right. I just don't want the federal government to have this much power. And what I worry about is corporations seem to be doing the bidding of what the federal government used to do, and they're just as involved in censorship as anybody else. That's
more so.
Yeah,
more
that's
so.
what. But I do think to your point,
they have an agenda, the woke left agenda. Yeah.
But to your point, anything woke touches doesn't make a lot of money.
No, it turns to shit. That's a Trump quote. You know,
so
it's very rare I quote him. But
yeah, but so that's the larger.
That's the first time he's been quoted on here.
No, I've always said that. He took it from me, but whatever.
I think a lot of it also is like, people are being called racist or being called homophobic or all those things when they're clearly not.
I mean, there's some real racists out there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, racist people don't fucking apologize. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever heard a racist person apologize. But that's my thing. It's like, me being a black man and hearing that, it's like, I don't know. It's just tough. Yeah, I know him. And I know him, and also at the same time, like
it's okay to be offended by.
If you don't,
I'm not agreeing with the fact that he's just, he was just saying it like that. But to sit there and just like paint it as like a racism thing, I don't know. It's just tough for me to do, especially because I know the guy, and it'd probably be different for somebody if they actually knew him. That it's like, nah, fuck that. He is racist or whatever. Blah blah blah. If you don't know him, then it's. I get it. I get why you would say that. I get why. Yeah. Someone would come to that conclusion. I get why that's a stinger for anybody. Sure. But like for me personally, I'm looking at it differently because it's like I know this dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the things that he's done for me, just the simple fact of I don't know, just
how supportive has he been of you?
Man, fucking amazingly supportive.
Nonstop.
And insane. In an insane way. So it is, and then sometimes as a black person, you feel like you're supposed to be like, now fuck that. He was saying that, blah blah blah. He's wrong. You know what I mean?
Not just he fucking posted on his Instagram that other black comic. He said you got to listen to this new young black. Remember that comic?
Was it Brian Simpson?
Brian Simpson.
I think so.
He's great.
Brian Simpson.
I mean, and he was like, he was championing, like he just did that because he saw this guy's really talented, saying really funny shit, and he goes, check this guy out. I don't know if that's.
I don't even entertain it because I know him so well, and there couldn't be a furthest thing from a racist than Rogan.
Yeah. But he said, if you have to say I'm not racist,
that was my favorite part of his thing because he's so right. There it is, right there.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
Brian Simpson.
Yeah.
But Simpson's a monster.
Yeah, he's amazing. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't sit there and just go, nah, fuck Rogan.
Now, a racist wouldn't post this.
No, this is well
A
before.
racist wouldn't have Ian Edwards
December 30th.
on his show.
Yeah.
A racist wouldn't text Chappelle out of the blue, congratulating him on his career.
Yeah,
A racist wouldn't constantly push Miss Pat.
correct.
So if we look at his track
we
record,
know this, don't
we know this, but the sheep out there don't.
People
So,
should know it.
yeah, that's what
They
I'm
did
saying.
a little research.
But the thing is, it's like, so because you want to take out certain clips and make them seem racist, and obviously the African stuff in the Planet of the Apes is terrible. I get that. But that's one example. So does that cancel out all the other work he's done in the past?
Well, the problem,
Like, how
but
do
the
you-
problem with this mentality is the answer is
No
yes.
mistakes. No
The
mistakes.
answer is you can go back into people. Douglas Murray in his book, The Madness of Crowds, it kind of shows a lot of this. You go back in someone's tweets 10 or 20 or 15 years ago, whatever it was. I mean, it hasn't been around that long, but you go back 10 years.
10 years.
And you can, and yes, the answer is one off-color joke
You're out.
labels
You're
you
out.
somebody who's unacceptable in society to hold any position.
But then,
and they
now-
love that.
Okay, so let's play that game, and I hate doing this. Do we want to bring up Biden's use of the N-word on the fucking House committee? Do you want to when he's on the public, when he's on record saying the N-word? Now that's the guy you voted in. Now,
Again,
do we
but
wanna
you don't
cancel
want to
the
do what you're
president?
doing.
I don't want to play that game.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think Biden has grown and he's not racist. Back then, you hear him talk, that is racist as shit.
Yeah.
There's no way
But
about it.
like you said, the other thing about all of this is that we are all learning and growing and changing. Just
and
because
there's nothing wrong with that, but like we make it as like a fault that you did this thing,
Yeah.
even though you're not that person.
or you might have been, and now you're different.
Like
right? You
even
learn.
like I take the Kevin Hart thing, like with the old tweet, about the
Yeah.
whatever. Like if you look at his track record, how often was he saying that after that tweet?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like it was years of him not saying anything like
There
that.
should be
But
some
also at the
leeway.
same time, like I don't know. It's just such a struggle and makes your brain fucking go crazy.
Somebody was
it
going bad.
doesn't- it
So
doesn't
somebody
make
was going
mine.
bad on me, you, on I think Rogan. He was a guy who was I think he was in my DMs, and
don't
it was
stay out of
no, I do, but I was just
You don't,
listening to
though.
him, and it was so funny, and I was like.
He's going bad on the three
it
of us?
dawned on me, yeah, and I well, you know
Let me
what
guess,
shut him
out-of-shape
up?
white guy?
You know what shut him up?
Huh.
I said,
Oh, you played ball.
I said, yeah, because sometimes I like to. I was bored, and I said, hold on, dude. Do you know what me and Shab do all day? Like the only thing we think about for real is we sit around and Rogan and all the guys that you're talking about. We sit around, and this is all we've ever done, and try to figure out ways to make people laugh. That's all we do. That's my crime.
Yeah.
I can't be that bad a guy.
what-
There are bad guys who are, but for the most
But
part,
what was
like,
his
I don't remember. It's so silly. It doesn't matter. I remember he went like this. He goes, fair point. And I was like, if I'm making, I don't know, if I'm a weapons dealer or making tobacco, we can kind of get into that. But for the most part, all my friends that I know, that I hang with, all of us, we're mostly sitting around trying to solve this problem, which is how do I make people laugh?
Yeah.
It's not a bad.
We're the enemy.
It's not a bad way to
there's
make
some
the
real
world a
bad
better.
people out
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
they're-
Go for them.
Yeah. So and the
But
other
do
thing
you
I
think it's a
heard-
thing of like, because so many things have been fucked up within society that it's hard for people to like just trust anybody based off of what they're saying?
No, I think what's
You know,
happening.
or-
I think a lot of bad ideas found their roots in the academic institutions that are putting out the leaders of tomorrow. The people who are in big tech and the people that are in politics and the people that are in media now are people who have been indoctrinated in one way of thinking. What happened in the universities was that any kind of conservative thinker, what I mean by conservative thinker is I mean thinkers that aren't whose heroes aren't just Karl Marx and Mancuso. I'm talking about there are thinkers who were steeped in the school of like Milton Friedman's economics and libertarianism. There's a viable body of scholarship in that world that needs to be introduced into the minds of young people. It's just pushback. You need a balance. And what happened, and this has been studied in the humanities, whether it's economics, psychology, journalism, literature, all of that shit. Anybody who is remotely middle centrist, not even right wing, was drummed out of those universities. They were drummed out. And what happens when you have an echo chamber like that is it gets more and more purified, more and more, to the point where these academics came up with fake papers.
Yep.
They came up with did you see this thing where they came up, Rogan had him on his podcast, these two academics,
I remember
about
those
the
dudes.
dogs that
In
rape
Portland?
culture in dog parks, where
Yeah.
these dogs were humping other dogs, and it was their dominance, and they were blaming the patriarchy for it, and it was cited.
Sure.
All these journalists all these academics were like, this is a very important paper. Meanwhile, they were like, guys, we were fucking joking. This is how crazy you motherfuckers
No,
are.
Brian, do you think there'll be like a turning point? Because
100%.
when I think
There
when I
already
think
is.
about it,
There
when I
already
think
is.
about it,
There already is.
I remember like my stepfather. He would just say these things to me to make me believe this certain way. You know, because I was like under his house, under his home.
Yeah.
Even though like I was just like, for some reason I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Like, I mean, even as far as like the music I listen to, he would be like, man, they're racist. And people are racist. They
might have been too. Different time.
I mean, but like,
Some of them.
some of them maybe, but like also at the same time, like he wanted me to think that about every white person. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, at first, yeah, as a kid, you know, hearing it, you think like, oh, this is the person that's the adult I see every day. You know, I'm with every day. So I guess if he says it, then
It's word.
that must be true.
Yep.
But then there was just other things that he would say that I was just like, man, why do I not feel like this adds up? That's what I'm saying. So like when you say
Yeah.
these universities are pushing this, you know, agenda to these kids or whatever, do you think there's going to be a turning point for these kids where it's
There
like,
already
yo,
is.
what the
There-
fuck?
So
now.
Jordan Peterson's actually talking about coming up with his own college, or at least his own curriculum of
Educational
study.
system, yeah.
You're going to see a
Justin's
lot of that.
behind that, yeah.
Like any time in this country where there's a need and
Yeah.
people want it, people come along and go.
Yeah, you're all right because
There's
I've
already
seen
a demand. There's
Yeah,
already
I've
a
seen
demand.
I've seen
look
people.
at the ratings. Look at the
Because
ratings.
I've seen people like uproar about things like online, like friends of mine, and then all of a sudden, I see them get exhausted,
Sure.
It's
because
exhausting.
they got to a point to where it's like,
Well, if you live a
You know,
life like
because
that,
if you-
you're gonna be mad every day.
Oh
yeah,
my
you're gonna
God.
be mad you're gonna be mad
When you consider
every
friendships
day.
to be
no matter what side,
manipulation.
no matter what side you're on,
Yeah.
or whatever you believe.
you're gonna be
but when you go that hard, eventually you just get exhausted.
Most of
You
it.
know?
But the thing is about those people, they're not doing shit. You don't see anybody getting that exhausted who's busy building a career, trying to create something. I don't have time to get upset.
Well, that's the other
I'm not even upset over like
Yeah.
Rogan stuff because I know I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Everyone's like, I have so many texts and people, dude, what's Rogan? He's fine. He's gonna be fine.
He's
Yeah.
just fine.
He's bunkering down. He's gonna come out. He's gonna be more famous, more followers. He's undeniable.
He's not taking time off his
Like,
podcast.
oh, you're not worried about it? No, what?
Still doing
Why
his
would I be?
podcast.
Yeah.
Well, online, I don't subscribe to that.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't
so
have
tough
time to
because
subscribe
like
to it.
the online will make it seem like that's the world view.
Well, remember,
You know?
when you walk down the street, 1 out of 10 people are on Twitter. 1 out of 10. So you're taking that for word, or that's how everybody feels.
And they're in their own little universe of Twitter.
They got their own shit going on. And then also Twitter, it's the mob mentality. Like, oh, this will, because if you say, you know, let's say Chappelle Lacey's the best comic ever, that might get 1 retweet. If I go, Chappelle Lacey's the worst comic ever, that gets 10 retweets. It's the culture of social media.
Negative.
So I don't subscribe to it. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Those aren't my peers.
Well, it doesn't help you. It
But
doesn't
also,
help you move shit forward.
no, it's also nonsense.
Yeah.
Anybody doing shit doesn't
Yeah.
have time to argue and call people racist and try to cancel people. Anybody who's worth anything doesn't have time.
You know, it's an important thing
It's
to
too- it
realize.
takes
There
too
was
much
a
energy.
time when you didn't believe the things you believe or know the things you know. So people should stop taking credit for being so virtuous and moral. You were given those ideas. Your mind was changed. It's not as though you were born virtuous.
But then they're also stupid because they die on that hill, like the Neil Young hill. Like, oh, he's doing the right thing.
Didn't you have
No, Neil,
some insight on
yeah,
Neil Young?
no. What Neil Young's doing is he sold his catalog a while ago for $150 million. So the way Neil Young works is on Spotify. It's new music. He's not making new music. He's fucking 900 years old. So his old catalog, which a lot of people love over 70, is that they listen to that old catalog. So he wanted to get out of the Spotify deal and sell that catalog for more money.
Oh.
So by him going, oh fuck yeah, this Rogan thing's good. I'm gonna jump on that. I'll get some support, right? Because especially right now with misinformation, I'm gonna die on this hill. But it's not
You think so?
It's not about ethics.
Do you think that's what happened?
Well, let me ask you this. So Rogan spread misinformation, sure. Now I'll challenge you, name one news source or wherever you read your news that didn't make some mistake during the pandemic. Nobody had it right.
Wait, you mean exactly?
Nobody
So
had it
it's all
right. So
work in
we can.
progress.
So I want disclaimers on CNN, Fox, whoever you listen to. I need a disclaimer if you're going to say Rogan's misinformation. They're not going to do that.
Sure.
So you can't find anybody who didn't mess up during the pandemic because we didn't know.
Yep.
There's a lot of misinformation out there. They're making bad people.
I would still say I would
we
still
just
argue
didn't
that
know.
Rogan didn't spread misinformation.
I agree. You just had a conversation, so that's fine. So if you're Neil Young, right, you're upset about supposedly he's upset about Rogan spread misinformation, but you're fine that a guy who was tried in court and R. Kelly's music is still available on Spotify. But we're talking about ethics, so R. Kelly's fine with you. Now you're fine with a guy in. Hold on. Let me keep going. So you're fine with Bill Cosby's content still being on Spotify. Now we're talking about actual crimes. So if you're gonna die in the
Proved in a court of law.
excuse me, sir, excuse me. So if you want to, you're gonna die in the hill of misinformation.
Only 60 women came out.
So 60.
60.
60. There's a documentary on
and
Showtime.
Did you see that documentary?
Yeah, it's
And that's
great.
the women that
Crazy.
came out.
Yeah,
Oh, they
there's
say
still
they've
a
been doing
bunch
it
that
forever.
didn't.
There's
Yeah.
a ton of.
the same
so
story.
let's say 100 to be fair.
Sure.
But you're fine with them putting out Bill Cosby. You're fine with R. Kelly music. But a guy who's supposedly spreading misinformation, that's the ethics he'll die on? Okay.
How interesting.
Oh, let's follow that guy.
Wow.
What hill? And then you go to Amazon.
So what's
And
your,
Amazon ethically is all
so
good.
why
You're
do
fine
you
with
think
Amazon.
he did
Yeah.
it?
Money
To get out of that deal?
to sell his
That's
catalog.
why he sold it
somewhere
for
else.
150 mil?
Who did he sell it to?
Amazon. But before that, for the 150 he sold. Now it's getting a little dicey, and I'm not
I need to
conspiracy
hear
guy.
this. Hold
These
on.
are facts.
Hold on. All right.
These are facts. And
Let
Russell
me-
Brand goes over this way better than I did. The company that bought this is so crazy. The company that bought the 150 million back catalog.
Sure.
He happened to be involved with Pfizer as well.
Now, hold on. Hold on.
Real.
Yeah.
Real
Now,
shit.
you mean the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical company that pushes vaccines?
But then now,
good.
and now he's leaving because misinformation. But then your catalog was bought by someone involved with Pfizer, and then you're cool with R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. It doesn't make sense, does
There's a
it?
little inconsistency.
Weird.
There's some moral inconsistency.
But morally, you're a good dude. I think.
Well,
that's why you're dying on this hill.
is about
'cause
ethics,
Rogan's killing people and spreading misinformation. But who had all the information right? And I'm not even saying Rogan spread misinformation. But let's say that's your angle.
Yeah.
So what news?
For talking to the most published, one of the most published scientists and one of the creators of the mRNA vaccine.
And then the person
Is that
that,
guy you mean?
bought your back catalog had interest in Pfizer, was a CEO of Pfizer. Strange, man. And now this is your uproar. But you had no qualms about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Okay, let's follow that guy down a dying hole because he's 90. It's insane.
Yeah.
So you got to pick and choose here.
Yep. And I think the good news is that a lot of people can see this.
Oh, the more this comes
Yeah.
out, the more people are like, oh man, he's not doing. Oh fuck, he's just trying to make $1.
Well,
No
yeah,
shit. We all are.
Yeah.
That's right.
No shit.
The same thing with Portnoy. Portnoy's trying to sue because that company that bought Barstool, the day before they announced their earnings, this guy is coming out with this second article. Why? So he can. He already got, I think, banned from trading.
Correct.
Lifestyle.
Correct.
But I believe he was buying that
They
stock.
paid him his money, but now what they're doing is they won't have him involved with the Barstool stuff. So what they did is they had.
But this guy who
while
owns
he was-
Business Insider. is a
Correct.
pretty bad
Business
guy.
Insider. He had women come out against Portnoy for a reason.
Yes. Because he made money off
Yeah.
it.
Correct.
Because I think he shorted the
Devalues
stock.
them. Devalues them.
Yeah.
But then,
And
but,
it's
but-
like-
but now here's the thing. Again, Portnoy similar to Rogan. That's why I fuck with Portnoy. Similar to Rogan, he has his built-in fan base.
Yeah.
He'll be rich beyond dreams for as long as he lives. He has that fan base. So he goes. Now most people be super fucked, but Portnoy goes, "Excuse me? Oh, I promise you, this ship's going down. I'm bringing every single person
I'm
out with
suing.
me." He goes,
He's going
"I'll go
with-
bankrupt."
Yeah.
Taking you guys.
Now
out of
here's the
business."
tricky part. The case may not be heard in court because there's something called a slap motion, which is that if somebody is just telling their story, it falls under the First Amendment, and it won't be heard by a judge. So we'll see what happens.
because there's no evidence.
It's just that you can't sue if somebody runs an article. Believe me, I looked into all this stuff. If somebody looks into an article, you can't sue them.
Yeah, and can you go into financials? Because there's no way those women weren't paid a sum.
Doesn't matter, because what happens is they are telling their story, quote unquote. And if somebody's telling their story, and then a journalist,
even if it's a false narrative,
a journalist is reporting that story, people can say that's how I remember it, or that's my story. Now,
you have no evidence.
If you prove that it's a complete lie, you can get into defamation, 100%.
Okay.
The problem is that if you did have consensual sex or whatever,
her version might have been that.
yes. They can tell their story. She said. Anybody can tell a story. It's the First Amendment. So if you try, now here's the thing about the slap motion in California.
That's tough.
If you sue somebody, okay, and you sue them for whatever, if
you lose,
you have to pay their legal fees.
Which you're talking about all the money in the world.
I know something about
which Portnoy has a ton of money. 400
now, if I had his money, you just go balls to the wall.
That's what he's doing.
You just go balls to the wall.
That's what he's doing.
And take it all.
But that's how you beat this.
And you know what? You beat crazy with crazy, so just fucking lose. Just figure, okay, how much is it going to cost me? $2 million? I'll do it. Let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah. $2 million for him is nothing.
Yeah. So
it's an interesting time.
But most people, like he said, don't want to go to war over this stuff. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
Because Discovery opens up all your texts.
Other women have come out from him.
All that stuff.
So he's a tough road.
So then everything about your sex life is put on display. If you're into rough sex, kinky sex, if you're into video, that all comes out.
Stuff.
Missionary.
All that stuff comes out.
Butt stuff.
Missionary.
Butt stuff.
Missionary. Oh, I saw Chappelle's butt this weekend.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, we got in the hot tub.
He's got a tush
Bring that video up.
But you didn't see
don't bring that video.
You didn't see his piece, huh?
No, I was turning around.
Fucking hidden, man.
Your brother's that way too.
Yeah, Jay is weird about.
I was in that hot tub.
I wish it'd be so funny if you just turned and started making out. You guys, we have an announcement to make. Look at Jay. That looks like.
So I want to get in the hot tub. The funniest part is Chappelle goes. My favorite part of Chappelle goes, "Where are the bubbles at, though?" That's why I was like, man, without bubbles, it's just 3 dudes in the bath.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
We're completely sober here.
By the way, Jay's super close to Chappelle. Super close.
Well, that's where the heat was coming out.
How often was his calf brushing against your calf there?
A lot.
This is the funniest part, though. Chappelle goes, "Where are the bubbles at?"
He was touching my knees.
You guys are all high. It's like
everyone thinks we were like on something.
Well, it looks like you guys are high and you're 3 gay guys that never get laid.
That hot tub was not warm, and it was freezing out.
Freezing
That's
out.
like a guy my size. Guy my size's nightmare where I just happen to fall in, and you guys are like, "Ooh, we're all thick, and you're
chum in the
skinny."
water.
Yeah,
looks like we got ourselves a little Twinkie.
Chum in the water.
Little water twink.
Bro, as soon as we all got there, the water just went.
And I'm like,
the water overflowed.
Get your hands off me.
Oh, but B, those are chicken wings from Magic City.
Oh yeah.
So those are the famous Magic City wings. Now I made a joke.
Yeah, they look just.
Now I made a joke because Lou Williams was an NBA player, and when they were in the bubble, they weren't allowed to leave. He went to a funeral. After the funeral, he went to Magic City where he has these chicken wings named after him.
Okay.
They're the best wings you've ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're better than JT's in Arizona, but they're fucking good. So my original post was, if Lou Williams can risk his career for these wings, I can cheat once on my diet. I don't refer to myself as famous. I don't think anybody follows me.
Yeah.
Well, it got to Lou Williams. So he puts, y'all stop this narrative. Never risk my career for wings. Please stop respectfully.
Oh, damn. All right.
Now, we put respectfully, so I went, all right, he's a nice guy.
100%.
I get it.
Yeah.
So I changed the caption to my bad dog. The fans weren't so nice about it, and they lit his ass up. They lit his ass
But he
up.
seems like a good guy, and God bless. So, yeah, you don't want to.
How about this guy? Lou's story about the wings is way overblown. He's already addressed that on multiple occasions. You're still not going to sign jersey, dumbass.
Take it easy. Everybody take it easy.
Get off this
Just comics.
nutsos.
Just comics talking here. Just comics talking.
Yeah, that's what's so weird is that the people like think about going on to your post, seeing that, and going, "Oh, how dare you?" and then fucking typing that out.
Well, that's
it's like
social media.
that ruined your day.
But then
I don't get it.
Someone said, I don't know. Someone goes, he's a comedian. It's a joke. And then Lou Williams goes, I ain't the one to play with.
And then someone said,
then he goes, cool. Brendan's at the punchline. Why don't you go down there and tell that to him in his face? Let me know how it goes for you.
Oh Jesus!
I like Lou Williams.
Nice.
He's a great basketball
Seems like
player.
a nice
He's a
guy.
beast.
I know.
He's a beast of a
Does he
player.
still play?
Yeah, for
He plays
Atlanta.
for the
He
Hawks.
lives in Atlanta.
Oh, I don't know.
That's why
I
like
don't know.
cool. Brent's at the
Yeah.
punchline. Go down there and talk
Or
to him.
come
about
watch
it.
the show and hang out with us.
Yeah, you should have come.
Yeah, I was like, hey, my bad, man. I didn't know.
Yeah, you were cool about it. Like you weren't.
Dude,
trying to,
when somebody says that, when somebody goes respectfully, like
Yeah.
you're like, you can do anything. Like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice, like,
Of
hey,
course,
man, come
man.
on. I'm trying to beat this narrative. I don't need you blasting
Of
out. That's all like,
course.
oh, yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
I don't want to
right
make
now.
him feel bad. Or
Well, it's like we had this heckler.
Oh, I was gonna say you should have seen Brendan deal with this heckler.
I lit this girl up so bad, lit her up. And then she said something, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll tell a funny joke if you fix your roots. Because she had like bad roots. And so the crowd.
And telling the girl that her hair is fucked up.
She was so
on a
pissed.
night that she got dressed
She's
up
in the front
to
row.
leave the house.
Yeah, she's in the front row.
Her feelings.
And I did
were
a call back
hurt.
to the women with flat asses, so the crowd's going nuts. And then she says something, and then the crowd turns on her. And they go, shut up, Roots. You know how they
Yeah.
call you Rinks? She would speak, and you couldn't hear her because they go, shut up, Roots.
Yeah.
And then I could feel the blood in the
blood
water.
in their mouth.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
whoa.
Hey,
Hold
everybody, be
on.
cool.
Let me deal with this. I looked at her, I went, can we call a truce? Will you stop? And can I continue the show? Are you good? She's like, I'm good. I go, can we shake hands? We
And they shook hands.
And I went, everyone leave her alone. She's good. And then she was cool after that. She bought three
Yeah, she bought
shirts.
three. Yeah, she bought a bunch of
three
merch.
shirts.
Sometimes what I do in the beginning is I'll nail somebody before anything, and it just sets the tone. Like
Yeah.
I did that because
We didn't have this. This was, I'm talking end of the show.
Yeah, I had a
And
guy.
just-
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
She's
'cause
front row,
You were about
just
to finish
hammered.
you start your last bit.
And then the funniest, I thought she was with, because it was a table, right? And then the table to the left, I could tell it was a jiu-jitsu guy theirs. And I go, you came with this bitch? And he's like, she's not with us. And I
Yeah.
went, who are you with? She goes, I came by myself. I went,
Oh boy!
fuck.
Oh boy!
I said,
then-
oh, you're an interesting one.
yeah.
And then it was on.
She came by.
There was
herself.
two of those. The lady the first night that was by herself.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting
She
more
was like,
ladies at the show, which is
Yeah,
great.
she literally came by. She was
Even
so
old
drunk.
Rinks gets that.
This girl just
Out of her
middle of the
mind.
show. Say what? On the phone. Taking a call. Middle of the show.
Really?
Yeah. Say, she did what? That's great. No, I'm here at punchline. Yeah, but no, it's great. No, I'm having good. I go, hey.
And you could completely see her because that light was right on her.
And the guy behind her had a Life Rip shirt, and he's going like this.
oh, he
And then
was
she
so
gets in
heated.
the VIP meet and greet. And I go, you know, like you ruined the show for people. She goes, no, honey, you know who I am? And starts saying her name.
Oh.
And then like, I'm like, oh my God.
She
I
was,
think, well, thank
she
you
was
for
out of
coming.
it. She was out of it. No.
Not attractive.
No.
Not attractive. Should not have been wearing that bodysuit.
She was a white gal.
No.
No.
She was
Latin.
Mexican.
She was Latin.
Latin.
Latin or some sort of
Yeah, I
Latin.
thought she was Mexican.
Not Mexican, no. The guy behind her who he ruined the show for, 'cause she was talking the whole time, was like, dude, I missed fucking half the show.
Because I don't know. My experience is always like white chicks who get drunk can be a fucking.
That was the flat ass girl, the first
Problema.
one.
Yeah.
But I
Problema.
knew she was gonna be a problem, so I went, and the crowd was getting real nasty. I went, everyone, look, truce. I go, you gonna pipe down? She goes, yes, I'm sorry. Shook hands.
Yeah.
I went, leave her alone. And I said, quit calling her Roots. And I started
Yeah.
laughing.
He literally had to tell the crowd.
I go,
to stop
quit calling her Roots.
It's a great nickname.
Yeah.
Roots is a great nickname.
I don't know what people think when they just think they could.
They're
shout
drunk
it.
and they want to be part of the show.
You
a lot of
know.
times guys will do it because they're feeling.
But no, I'm talking about the people that
insecure.
think that they could get us.
Oof.
Yeah, I think
know what
that
I mean?
They just they
I said,
they
honey,
like
this
you.
is all
Sometimes
I
they
do.
Yeah.
sometimes they like you so much they think that they've been listening to you for so long.
Yeah.
They look forward to it, and then they're just drunk, maybe a little high,
Jay
and now they
goes-
think they're part of the show.
Jay goes, that flat ass girl you roasted bought 3 hoodies.
Yeah, there you go.
And he goes, they didn't even fit her.
Yeah.
He goes, we only had 3 double X's left.
Yeah.
She took all 3.
Some people are manic, you know. Like
Crazy.
my friend's wife was manic, and you ever been around somebody who's manic? You know what manic is? Like where you go from really
Hot to
high
cold.
to really
Yeah.
like I'm gonna
Bipolar
run for
manic.
president. I'm gonna
Bipolar-
kill myself.
Yeah. Bipolar man.
She ran for
depressive. Yeah. She ran for president.
For real.
Name's Hillary Duff.
Yeah, not as hot, but
Hillary Clinton, sorry.
I was like Hillary Duff. I was like, wait, nah.
No, she's
I
not.
was like, shouts
bipolar.
out to Hillary
yeah,
Duff.
manic is a motherfucker. Manic is
Would
like
you went out of town this weekend, Chin?
Yeah.
B, it's time to kick off 2022 with a better checking account.
You need Chime.
Dude, I'm talking no monthly fees, man. Chime, you said it, buddy.
Award-winning app.
Award-winning, yes. Go,
debit
hit
card,
it, hit it.
Has no overdraft fees, foreign transaction fees, monthly fees, or service fees. None of that. They've got over 60,000 fee-free in-network ATMs at many locations like Walgreens, 7-Eleven, CVS. You can access your money when you need it, where you need it. You can also send money to anyone even if they aren't on Chime.
Oh.
Thinking about that. So fee-free. It's fee-free. Say that
struggle with
25 times.
fee-free, huh?
Fee-free for you. Fee-free. Fee-free.
Fee-free.
Fee-free.
Make
for
your
you
first
and
decision.
No cash out fees. For
Yep.
them.
Make your first decision of the new year. Start the year off right and join over 10 million people using Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes. Doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/fighter. That's chime.com/fighter. Read that, Brian.
Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp or Stride Bank N.A. members of FDIC. Get fee-free transactions at any MoneyPass ATM and 7-Eleven location, any Allpoint and Visa Plus Alliance ATM. Otherwise, out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. Sometimes pay anyone, instant transfers can be delayed. The recipient must use a valid debit card or a Chime member to claim funds.
Woo! Chime.com/fighter. Hey, Brian,
Yeah,
if
buddy.
you had Keeps, I don't know, 6 months ago, you
Yeah.
might have still had some cool hair, man.
Well, I got to get Keeps because I have been off it.
Does
And let me
Keeps
tell
have
you,
wigs?
They don't have wigs, but they do have pills that keep your hair. Now,
God,
the
I wish
lighting
you
in
used
this
this, dude.
in this studio is not flattering.
Hey, man,
to
there's
my
no
head.
lighting that's going to give you hair
Look,
back.
2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're 35.
Dude, I'll
More
do
than
you one
50
better.
million men in
Yes.
the U.S. suffer from male pattern baldness.
50 million bros suffering from male
And
pattern
there are only
baldness.
2 FDA-approved medications that can prevent hair loss. So Keeps offers both.
Yes, Keep offers simple, stress-free way to keep your hair. Don't be like Brian. Get on it right now.
Yep.
It's low cost. Treatment start at $10 per month. Is your hair worth $10? Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
man.
And discreet packaging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Prevention is key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results. So act right now or look like Brian.
And if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/fighter to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/fighter to get your first month free. keeps.com/fighter.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Went to Dallas, Texas. It wasn't like a
The crew be traveling.
no. It
Everyone
wasn't
has
like
money now. Everyone's traveling. Where'd you go?
No, it wasn't like for like a It wasn't a vacation kind of thing. It's just my girl. She, wait, yeah, there you go. One of her really good friends. She was going to a wedding with her husband, and they have 2 kids, really amazing kids. So my girl volunteered to babysit and house watch the
Holy
house.
fuck. Fly
What,
from
all the way to
LA?
Dallas?
There's
Yeah,
no
and by the way-
babysitters in Dallas?
I mean, they had it, but it's an opportunity to. She loves the kids as well. My girl loves the kids, so she wanted to go visit, and they love her.
Yeah.
So I was just there to hang out with my girl and just the kids, and it was actually a really good time.
That's
And-
good.
But there was like 2 or 3 cancellations on the way there because there was like an ice storm that was
Oh,
going
Texas had a bad because David
Yeah.
didn't make the shows in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was
because he flew
horrible.
from LA to Austin because he does like lives part time in Austin. Well, with the ice storm,
David Lucas?
yeah, flights just canceled.
Really?
Horrible for Texas.
Horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
For
on. It was
Texas.
insane, dude. It was
Holy
insane.
shit, really?
Also, wasn't like an ice storm. So, you know.
No, there's ice
Well,
everywhere.
Texas
Texas, there is.
freezes up.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's like horrible for like
Texas.
For Texas.
Yeah.
But for like
anywhere
New
else.
York, Boston,
Yeah, they're like-
say what?
I know.
And
Well, you
Atlanta
said you
cold,
were in
though. Atlanta
Buffalo,
cold.
and you said
Oh, but I was in the middle of a fucking
that's
blizzard,
different. That's
and
different. And they were like-
came to the show on snowmobile.
Nah, that's so different.
Texas got a little ice all. We're shut down.
Now Atlanta was cold, huh?
Freezing.
oh, it was cold.
I shot right along there, and I'm that might be the coldest I've ever been because I had to be in just a
It's
shirt.
the
and a jacket.
humidity and all that shit.
Well, it was
I had
like
no idea.
30
It
it was like 29 degrees.
bro, we went to this. What was that mall called?
Lennox.
Went to Lenox Mall. Nice mall you've ever seen. We walk in. Security. It was like I was like, was the president just here? What's going on? 30 armed guards, and I don't mean like mall security where you could like push them down and take their stuff. I'm talking
Armed
AR-15s,
fucking guards.
German Shepherds,
Yeah.
U.S. military, like
Wait,
And they have metal detector sensors at each
This
escalator.
This is at the mall.
in
Yes.
Atlanta. And so one of
That
the
is that because of all the crazy shoplifting?
I thought it was
that's
just
what I
they
thought.
just
'Cause I went, oh, looters, that must be really bad here. Then one of the guys was a fan, and I, hey man, let me talk to you. And he goes, what's that? I go, what the fuck? Is there a bomb threat we don't know about? Where you guys here? He goes, oh yeah, Lenox Mall, man. He goes, they were cutting throats the other day in the bathroom. He goes, there's a
What?
He goes, there's a shooting here every week, man. And I went,
That's right. I've
oh,
seen
I
that
don't
shit.
need an outfit this bad.
They have a-
check, please.
They have one of those securities in the tower, in the parking lot. What do they call those towers? It's like a lifeguard tower.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Dude,
right in the parking lot.
They had a fucking shootout right in that mall. It's on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, dude. These
Oh.
guys.
I didn't know. I was all. I
Type,
was.
type in Lenox Mall shootings.
Dude.
The guy was like every week, and he goes, it doesn't really happen in the store. It's outside. He's like, so when you order your Uber, just like wait inside. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, these dudes
We went
chased
back
them
the next
inside.
day though. Because
Listen, I thought it was the nicest mall I think I've ever been to. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's teenagers, man.
that's where we're at.
Teenagers.
Gotta subscribe.
You got kids selling Gatorade
Waters.
in the street.
You got the water boys out there. They stop traffic. If you don't give it to them, yeah, that's the exact mall we're at. That Macy's right there. Man shot a block away. Person died at shooting at Lenox Mall.
Damn.
God damn.
Man robbed and shot. Yeah,
There's a lot of headlines about Lenox Mall shootings, so yeah.
Really? I walked in there. I was like, man, this is
Justin,
great.
but our boy Justin was like, dude, we don't want to go to that mall because he used to have a girl living in Atlanta. He's like, you do not want to go to that mall. I was like, shut up, dude. He ain't lying.
Yeah,
Also-
we were making fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, we were. I was like, dude, you're the worst black guy ever.
Yeah, he was like,
so
dude,
terrified.
chill.
That's
Some
where we were.
crazy shit, dude.
Oh, look at him.
He got shot right there.
Oh shit, it's a big dude.
Yeah, big dude.
And what's weird about the mall too, it's like the gay black guys out there, they don't look like West Hollywood gays. They look like thug gays.
Bro, they will fuck you up.
So Jay's like, you know,
Those
all these
dudes
black
will
gay
fuck
guys. He
you
goes,
up.
do you notice they're
It
staring
goes
at you?
back a long way too.
I go, do you notice? Jay goes, do you notice they're staring? I'm like, no, he's fucking staring. He goes, the gay guys are all over you. I'm like, I think they want to fight me. Justin's like, no, they want to fuck you. Yeah. I'm like, how do you know?
But
It's so confusing.
Bro, they were some tough
There's been
looking
a
dudes.
black gay community in Atlanta that goes way back. That was part of the Weird South, they called it. So back in Atlanta, that was where Atlanta was where you
lights
could,
on,
if you
Cat.
were different and you were weird, if you were gay, back in the day, before it was even accepted, you went to Atlanta. Atlanta was one of those places where
Bro, them motherfuckers.
Kansas City
Bro,
had
they
its
look
own
like
thing.
some of the toughest motherfuckers.
They want to suck your dick.
Well, if
but you
go to
don't
the mall,
know.
if you go to the mall,
And they all have backpacks.
yeah, and you'll see black dudes in high heels. You'll see black dudes with these crazy
That will
expensive
fucking-
shoes. Yeah,
No, these guys were dressed like us.
Yeah.
And just ready to fuck. We didn't know what was going on.
yeah.
Shorty won a thug.
Yeah.
Sure, they want a thug.
Shorty won a thug.
And you,
I was thug.
your hungry eyes, they like you.
They were all over.
hungry eyes.
It was alarming.
Were you walking
Yeah,
around
we
in a
went to that
tank top?
steakhouse.
Oh, Little Alley Steakhouse. Best steak I've ever had.
Yeah,
Little Alley Steakhouse.
Little
Best steak
Alley's.
I've ever
They all
had. in
dig
Atlanta.
you.
Is that what it's called? Lily?
Little
Alley
Alley Steakhouse.
Little Alleys.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Oh, but how about we go to the steakhouse? Me and Chappelle get off the flight. We go to the Airbnb. I see the steakhouse, right? I'm still on carnivore, so I have to eat steak. So I make it known. I'm like, all right, we're going to go there for lunch. Just me and Chappelle. We go on like table for two, and he's like, you're not getting here dressed like that. Said that to Chappelle. Chappelle had sweats on, which usually I agree with.
I thought it was fair. Listen.
I got heated.
But
I was
he-
like, hold on.
he was
I go,
like-
let me talk to you, dude. He's in a full suit. I go, bro, there's nobody here. It's 4 in the afternoon.
He was calling. You were calling out other people for the way
And,
they were
and then
dressed.
and then there's white people. I go, that bitch has a hoodie on, dude. I said, and that girl has a fucking vest on. He's like, yeah, but she don't have sweats on. She has jeans. I said, dude, we just got off the plane. We're looking for fucking food, man. Be reasonable. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's not getting in with those fucking sweats. I went, this is ridiculous. He's like, I know you saw the sign. I go, what sign? And there's a sign outside I put on my story. I mean, basically says no black people.
the longest sign.
No street clothes, no hats, no baggy clothes, no cut clothing,
No jersey,
no bodysuits,
no-
no promiscuous outfits.
I respect it. I respect it.
I respect the sweat thing.
I respect
sweat-
it.
I-
It was
listen, and I
right by
wasn't-
Lenox
I
Mall.
wasn't
was like,
upset about the-
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't upset about this.
I was upset.
I was just
I
like,
was starving.
that's fair.
That's an
It's a
anti.
steakhouse.
That's a thing where like teenagers.
But
with
you know
guns.
what? So then he's like, well, there's a restaurant or right around the corner you can probably get a steak at, and we go there, and I'm like, I'm not walking this fucking.
Go to
cold.
the mall and buy jeans.
No, I went back in there. I go, dude, come. And then finally the security guard knew who I was. He's like, here, come here, man. Took us to the bar area. He's like, eat here. You're fine. I promise you can eat here. We went back the next day.
Yeah.
But it was fucking the what, but is right next to Lenox Mall, and that's why they don't want the
Yeah, because
riffraff
there's so
of
so
the
much.
mall.
Jordan Peterson was on Patrick David.
bet
Yeah. And
Patrick David bet.
and he said, I really like him. And I'm doing his podcast on when I go to Miami. But Jordan Peterson saying, well, people dress up at my lectures now. I said, why? He goes, well, I dress up. And he said, I just feel like, some of it's fashion when you wear a t-shirt, it's all good. But he said, I decided I'd start dressing up because I want to start dressing like an adult. And
Correct.
I saw a bunch of adults dressed like they're 4 and 5 and 10-year-old kids
In sweats.
And and he goes,
Yes.
and it takes some discipline, and it makes you feel different when you dress well, when you're in a suit, or when you're there's a discipline
Frank
to that.
Sinatra said that. I forget. He had a comic opening for him years ago, and the comic said something. He was about to go on stage for Frank Sinatra and open because back in the day they used to have comics. And he goes, "You're not going out there like that." And he had I don't know, like casual clothes on. And he goes, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "No, you're not. Not on my show." He's like, yeah, I'm going out. He's like, no. He goes, dude, they paid $100.
Yeah.
You got to be professional.
Yeah.
You're not going out there in sweats and sneakers. He goes, go talk to somebody and fucking change your outfit. Otherwise, you're not working with me anymore. So since that day, I've never not worn a suit.
Michael Jordan said that he would always wear a suit.
Yep.
And he said,
His fashion was ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, this might be the only time you see Michael Jordan, so you're going to see him when he's in a suit. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
But it's also like you're wearing sweats or like sandals on stage.
Yeah.
Have a little respect
Yeah.
for yourself,
Yeah.
man. It's insane.
Listen, like I said, I wasn't upset that he said.
I was upset
I was like, I get it.
because I thought it was a racist thing.
Yeah, he was pretty.
I was like,
heated.
oh, hell
I was like,
no, black guy
It was like a
can't
scene
wear-
from Remember the Titans. I swear to God.
Yeah, I was like, strong
You were
side.
getting
So I was
so-
like,
yeah.
right side. I was like, that's right.
He was
dude.
getting so hyped.
I was straight
like,
up
Brendan, nah,
all
it's
giving
good.
the
I was
guy.
like, it's good. They have a policy. I don't care.
But then when I went to the next mall, I was like, I get it.
You're like, damn. Oh, shit.
I came back the next day and we weren't dressed like that. And I was like, I get it. What do you got, Chin?
All right, first one. Here we go. Oh, we already covered this already. Yeah.
So we talked about the transgender swimmer over at UPenn for a while, and there were anonymous stories coming out from her teammates where we didn't know who the teammates were, but they were saying that they did not agree with her being in the sport and transitioning. They
Yeah.
were saying a lot of unsavory things about her. And 16 of her teammates actually came out with a letter saying we fully support her and her transition. However, when it comes to the actual
Competing?
sport and competing, that's where we don't agree on. And we
Well,
don't
check this out. She was
Yeah.
ranked 462 as a male. She's number 1 as a female.
No.
You
Yeah,
think
it's
there's
so
an issue?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
ridiculous.
she's been breaking all the records,
She
huh?
sucked
Yeah.
as
She
a
was-
male.
She just
sucked.
going nowhere. 462 decides I feel like a female. She's number 1.
And she said, bitch, I got this.
I have such a problem with it.
Oh, it's
Like,
ridiculous.
I think
My
it's-
kid was on that team,
and I think
but
it's-
I think it's funny she had to go back to the team, and there's 17 people on the team. She's like 16, really? Where's my one friend?
Well, think about it. Think about it as from a woman's standpoint. Like that was actually born a woman. Like it's like damn, this bitch be mean to everything. And it's like,
fucking-
yo, you
it's
used to be.
fucking
And I'm not trying to like.
I am.
She's
I
able to
am trying.
transition. You know, like she's able to do that.
your
That's
life.
that's fair. But yes, it is.
But don't
You
come.
know.
Don't now decide you're going to be the best swimmer in the nation.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
It's
6'4".
tough. I mean,
yeah,
get the fuck outta
she was
here.
ranked 462 as a man, and
like-
she's number 1 as. This is a huge fucking problem.
What are you doing?
But also,
And
what
by the way,
world
I'm
do we
sorry,
live in where that's
biologically-
okay?
Biologically, still very much a man. You've been taking testosterone suppressant drugs, I guess, for a little bit.
No, it doesn't work.
It's been a year. You're
so
trying.
that doesn't necessarily.
seen-
No.
Bring up the
you,
size
You still have the
difference.
dynamics,
Just-
the bone density,
Yeah,
the
stop
muscle
it.
of a
Just
male.
stop it.
Like you've had
Longer
testosterone.
arms.
I mean, longer.
Stop.
Think about it. She was ranked 462 as a male.
Yeah.
Number 1 as a female. It's insane.
If you well, so take the number 100, 200 tennis player in the world,
Yeah.
and have them play Serena Williams, then the male, the
the
number
beater.
200.
The beater. The destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a
They said
really
that.
good
Destroy.
D1 player, like one of the big.
Do you not think so,
Males?
Christian?
No, I
100.
Oh, no,
That's a
destroyer.
fact.
Destroyer.
That's a fact.
Destroyer, yeah.
That's a fact.
Destroyer.
So
There's nothing wrong with that.
no, it's called the difference between men and women. That's why you have fucking categories.
So
Now-
do you
now-
think
now-
she should be? She should. Oh goddamn! Whoa. Okay. So do you think she should go
Apparently
back
she
to competing
showers
as a
with
male?
the women, too.
Yeah, the whole thing is a little tough.
I mean, you just can't have that. I mean,
I agree.
now,
So-
now,
so-
now she should be allowed to swim, just not with the women.
Yeah,
So you're saying she should go back to the
100%.
or swim in a transgender category. or
League,
whatever.
yeah.
But it's just ridiculous. Oh, and now you're celebrating for beating. Like,
And no one thinks this is an advantage. Like some part of her didn't do this for the advantage.
I think there's something wrong with that person if they really are taking
damn.
it so seriously that way. Like, come on.
She's tall.
Like, if you want to be a transgender, that's fine. But if you're now taking advantage of the fact that you're biologically a man to win all these races and you're celebrating,
How
that's
many
fine.
people are on the team, Chit?
6'1".
So Kat, are they taking her off the team or something?
As of now, no. They are urging the, I believe it's the private institution of the school as well as the swim organization to not let her race as a woman because there's something up for discussion right now about whether or not she should be able to compete with women.
She shouldn't be.
She'd be allowed to
I'll
compete,
say it right
not
now.
just with females. That doesn't make sense.
So her
It's not-
teammates
not
are
like-
basically
not like-
saying like,
So
we
okay,
just
so
don't-
say she's not on the team anymore, but she broke all them records, and then they go back to it's just all
Those
women
records
races.
shouldn't count.
So it
Those
shouldn't count.
No.
Okay.
That's a-
But
I was
it's
gonna
like
say, oh, it's gonna be-
Danica Patrick in NASCAR, where the she was racing. Like The car doesn't matter if it's man, woman, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's equal. So the women there and men are the exact equal.
Well, and
she
actually,
never won really.
Yeah,
but,
because reaction time is different in men and women. So
but she should have every right to compete with the
Sure.
boys because you're driving
Yeah.
the same. You're driving the exact
100%.
same motor.
But that's not based off of gender or anything.
No, not
that's
at all.
based
Has
off
nothing
of
to do with
whatever.
That's all
Yeah.
car.
This is female
no,
swimming.
this
Yeah,
just ain't
male
right.
swimming, so
Yeah.
it's different.
It's weird. This is even a fucking thing.
But this is where we get crazy. This is
Kind
an
of.
example
It's
of
an
where
outlier.
this is where the example of far woke ideology that's not resonating with Americans. And if this is going to be what my daughter has to contend with after spending a lifetime training, and you have just some dude who shows up now, he goes, I'm a woman, and takes her scholarship away or whatever, or knocks her ranking down. It's not fair. I disagree with it. I would love anti-female, and I also think I'm not going to support that college.
No.
I'm going to go to a college that doesn't.
But
allow it.
imagine, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but imagine a Joanna Man situation. Great movie.
I love that
But
movie.
imagine, the movie's so good.
So fucking
But imagine if your son's like, Dad, I'm like fucking dead last on the men's team. Like, just say you're a woman, compete with a woman, you get a scholarship.
Thank you.
Like, where do you want to stop this?
That's
Dude,
where
just say you're a woman and act like this.
there's no categories, dude.
It's nuts.
No categories.
And no one's going to argue with you.
Yeah, I want to know someone's like logic that like actually agrees that she should be on the team.
Because all that
I would love to
matters-
hear. I would love to hear it.
But
I would love to hear
because
you're
just
identifies.
postmodernist,
because
all that
I've
matters-
never heard like someone actually like
articulate
explain it and
argument?
articulate it and
No.
break it down. And I would love to hear that
But
side.
when you have, let me just
know?
be very clear. When you have this situation, what you're saying is that there is no fixed truth. What you're saying is that I am what I say I am. So there's nothing beyond
that's not
words.
science.
There's nothing beyond
That's
words.
not science.
But words, according to people like Jacques
Beat
Derrida,
science?
Jacques Derrida, the French philosophers of the 70s, say words are all that matter. So in other words, it is what I say it is. Well, try running a society like that. Try running fair play like that. Try having standards of categories.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. And we know this.
yeah.
What else you got, Jen?
Fucking dummies.
I like that 16 of the teammates were like, hey, man.
That's great.
She's
Yeah,
cool,
16.
but
That's great. God bless.
Well, they probably they all been feeling it.
So I don't know too much about country music, so please chime in, Chin or Chappelle, if you guys know anything about this. But
Williams is
Hank
huge.
Williams Jr.'s son is currently in a conservatorship, and I believe sometime last week he had posted a video onto his Instagram putting up signs saying that he's in a conservatorship and he wants to be taken out. That video was later deleted, and he was put in a conservatorship shortly after his sister had died in a car accident. I guess he was very distraught, and his father and his half-sister actually put him in, I believe, 2020 or
how's that
2021.
work, though? So then they make all your decisions? Like, you can't
Yeah,
live on
you're-
your
Yeah.
own and shit?
Yeah,
And
you're
they-
basically an adult with supervision. Someone is making all of your decisions
Financial,
for you.
everything?
My
Yeah.
guess is that my guess is a lot of times when this happens, you have a very unstable person
Usually that's how it starts out.
who
yes.
might do something crazy like spend all of their inheritance in a day. You know,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff like that.
And he has claimed that they have taken away his financial independence, his home, his cars. I don't know how much
And they
that's
just
true
give him, like-
and what that extent is to like how
Yeah.
strict his conservatorship
He goes,
is.
scroll up, Chin. He goes, I've been quiet a long time now. I want out of this, and I don't mind people knowing they took my grief process, my spirit, my money, my car, my home, and everything possible in order to protect me. Well, I need protection from them.
It just sucks because I don't know this dude. I don't know I don't know. It's
Yeah, that's why I thought it was very interesting. He
Yeah.
came out a few days later after a lot of people had showed him support for not wanting to be in conservatorship because of the
Yeah.
whole Britney situation.
Yeah.
He said that he's really happy that people are supporting him, but he wants to also say, like, I do not have a conservatorship like Britney. It's not that bad. But what's interesting is two people who were very large parts in the Britney Spears conservatorship follow him as well. So, like, Britney Spears' old manager and her former social media person who would take down her post or post whatever they wanted from the conservatorship's point of view also follow him. So they're thinking there's a link between Britney's conservatorship.
wait. So someone
and his.
posts for Britney right now?
Not
she posted
now,
a
but
nude.
before.
Oh,
Within
okay.
the
I was
13
like-
conservatorship
she's out of the
years. Yeah.
conservatorship.
How old was his sister? That's fucking terrible, man.
I don't know, but
'Cause he's
I don't
only
think
tw-
she
he's
was
only
very
like
old 'cause
24.
He
he's
said, I'm beyond
24.
done. I have my spirit back. Get me out, please.
Yeah.
The video has since been deleted. The guy's like, God damn it. I bet Hank Sr.'s like, God damn it. How'd you let this out? Fuck, delete.
All right, what's your code again?
God damn it. Yeah, I told you not to. What else you got, Jen?
So a local pizza joint in Pennsylvania had a new ad for Thanksgiving where they're advertising these like brownies that you can get with your pizza. And there's a photo on here on this advertisement that nobody on the pizza joint's side noticed. And if you look at the coffee, it's the guy with the big dick.
God,
That's
is
fucking good.
Damn.
brilliant marketing.
Wait,
So according
was
to
that on
the-
purpose or that was?
According to the pizza spot, they
It's on
had
purpose 'cause we're
grabbed,
talking about it.
yeah, they grabbed
Thank
a photo randomly from the internet of a coffee being poured, and this happened to be the photo. No one noticed that it was the man with
Man,
the large
I
dick.
knew it immediately.
According,
But
didn't
now
see it.
it's
I didn't- I
didn't either.
viral. So
That's
It's great marketing, though.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
great
it is.
marketing.
I'll order from them.
fuck that.
They were trying to
Our
advertise a molten
award-winning
lava
pizza and
cake.
hoagies. Just
I'll
a
go buy it.
big dick.
And that dick is a hoagie, boy. That is amazing.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Somebody told me
everyone.
that picture of that black guy is photoshopped. Like his dick isn't actually.
No, he's a
that
real
big.
porno
No,
star.
he's
He
a
passed
porn
away.
star,
He's
yeah.
a real porno
Oh, he
star.
was a porn star.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, he has to
Yeah.
off the internet.
He
though.
died?
Yeah, he passed away.
He
But he
played
had a
football.
piece on him.
Or-
Yeah, Segura was like trying
Segura
to reach out
helped
to
him
him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
Played football too.
yeah, Segura sold shirts, and I
Fella.
think he gave the proceeds to his family. Or something.
Football
Yeah.
coach and porn star. No, he's a real
shit.
big dick bandit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 big balls.
Wow.
The truth behind big penis meme man taking over WhatsApp. Yeah, click on that, Jen. He urged people to stop sharing his X-rated picture. Now,
And he
that's his real
died, he
name.
died of a heart attack, right?
That didn't even look like him, huh?
Kind of does.
Like if
That's
you got,
him?
if he was like over a
I want to shake his
little more
hand.
overweight.
He had a piece on him. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Preacher,
So
football
the
coach.
bouncer and former porn star was often known as Wood. He
Damn.
actually died more than 3 years ago from a heart attack at 45. A dad of two whose image has been doing the rounds since at least 2012. Was also a preacher and a football coach who worked with disadvantaged children.
Yeah.
I hope he got money for that picture. Fuck.
They hope people stop using the picture.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. But I mean, I might hand it out as
His girlfriend said, I want people to know that the photo might have been a portion of his life, but fuck, that man did so much good.
Yeah.
They were embarrassed of the picture. They wish people would let his stepson rest in peace.
If there's going to be a picture out there that's you're going to have circulating, it's not a bad picture.
Yeah.
There are other. There
No,
are
he
worse
had a
pictures.
giant dick on it. It's a great picture. One of the best of all time. Might be the best of all time.
They should make it into NFT. I feel like that would
Oh,
do
I'm sure
very
they
well.
I would agree.
I'm sure they are, and I would buy that.
Whoa. Hold on. Go back to that for a sec.
Which one?
This never goes well when Brian says
No, just go back. There's that teacher that had sex
Yeah,
with
there
a
we go.
student.
In this article?
Yeah, it's at the
It's
top.
at the top.
Top
Female PE
teachers.
teacher had sex with student in hotel
I mean, I'm
on
outraged.
boozy
Prom night.
How
I'm
dare you?
outraged.
Bro, he topped off his senior
She
year.
was 23
Oh,
at the
God.
time.
How old was the kid? 18? This is
She said, "Can we for
She
a
was
minute
23
act
at
like
the
I'm not a
time.
teacher?" So we probably danced night with the
He was
students.
18.
Oh, he was 18.
And she was 23.
Yep.
You know what? That's legal.
Yeah, in any state, right?
So she didn't.
She's 23. He was 18. All right, she's pretty hot too.
Yeah.
This was in Scotland.
Oh, she's adorable. All right.
She's a little thing,
Little thing.
yellow teeth.
Okay. There
Oh,
you go.
dude, you don't have a tattoo down there below "not fuck kids."
Oh God,
What is that
It's
tattoo? Is that a
science.
gorilla?
It might
Is
be
that
a
a
that looks
bird?
like an
Is that an
elephant.
angel?
Yeah, it looks like one of those tie
It's an
up.
elephant.
No, that's a Pegasus. That's a horse with wings.
What?
Is it? How can you see that?
Bro, that looks like an elephant.
That means she's done some
That's a
stripping in her
unicorn.
past, and
Yep.
she's a bona fide freak.
God bless.
Yeah, good for her.
It's my kind of lady.
Yep.
All right.
All right, good for her.
All right. Sorry to.
I was
Sorry,
in
guys.
Scotland.
Weirdo.
Sorry to bring us off mark. Let's get back to business here, guys.
Police in Scotland confirmed they found no criminal activity had taken place.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
18.
What are you going to do? 18,
18.
23?
It's just
Fuck off.
you can't do it with a student. That's probably the main thing.
Whatever. Fucking boring.
The new name for the Washington NFL football team is going to be the Commanders now.
All right.
And their
you go.
nickname's the Commies.
Really?
Well, that's just what people are calling them. Dude, you had 2 years to
Washington
come up with something.
Commanders.
You don't think people are going to run with us, call you the Commies?
Commanders. The Commanders?
Washington
Not a great name.
Commies. No, it's just a terrible name.
Commanders.
Yeah.
This is not too old, but a little bit older. I just thought this, what she said was kind of interesting, right? So Julia Fox, the new girlfriend of Kanye West, she said she's not dating Kanye for money. And then here's the actual quote here.
Honey, I've dated billionaires.
When I was younger, it's funny because I'm getting all this attention, but I really couldn't care. People are like, oh, you're only in it for the fame, you're in it for clout, you're in it for the money. Honey, I've dated billionaires my entire adult life.
Isn't she saying that's what she does then?
Yeah.
So it's like, she's like, why would you think that? I've been doing it the entire
it's funny.
time.
People are like, oh, she's copying Kim with her outfits. You idiots. Kanye dressed Kim. He's her stylist. That's his girl. He styles her. Of course, they're gonna look the same.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Let me see
He used
her-
to pick
let me
Kim's
see her.
outfit.
Oh,
She's remember? Did you guys watch Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
The main girl.
She
she's
hung
hot.
out with Drake too before.
Oh, she's an actress. Then.
Yeah, she's an actress.
super bad. Cheeked up too.
Yeah,
Cheeked
especially in the
up.
movie.
She is.
Can I get some more color on this?
Yeah, we'll see.
Instead
She is.
I want to try to do some
Super
research
cheeked
before
up.
we get crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
See what we
Super
got.
cheeked up.
Really?
I don't know if we're gonna get her cheeks on Instagram, Chin. I'll just go to her name and
Wait.
images.
I want Brian to see her
She's all
face real
kinds of
quick.
curved up.
Yeah,
So there's a curves right
I'm a
there.
fan. I'm
Yeah,
a
she's
fucking
super pretty,
fan.
man.
And
So we'll
she's
go to her
from
thing.
where? She's American or English?
I think she's.
I think she's American.
I think she's
I thought she was
Canadian,
English.
isn't she?
Yeah, American.
No, she's
actress.
from Italy.
Yeah.
Born in heaven. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She used to kick it with Drake.
Yeah.
She's kicked it with a lot of guys.
All right, take it easy, Brian. You know?
No, I mean you gotta have money. That's all I mean.
No, type in Julia Fox
She's a
ass,
sex-
Ass?
and it'll pop up. I've already done this. I've already done this. It'll pop up there.
Oh, there you
on
are.
the beach. Ba-boom.
Oh damn.
Holla.
Now that-
Make you want to
that's-
swallow.
It's real. I mean,
It's not real, but
that does look real, right?
it does not to me.
The reason why I say it looks real because all the
That'd be a
stuff
Brazilian
going
way,
on
but
there.
that's
No, I
all
don't
good.
think so. My
Okay.
girl has the same ass. People think it's fake.
But that's her. Well, that's a naked one, so I can't
me
do
see.
that. Well, I'll blur it
That's
out.
from Uncut.
I'm
that's
doing research.
from Uncut Gems.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
from
do
Uncut
research,
Gems.
dude. I'm not trying to be.
That's on
pervert.
Uncut Gems. Look at that.
Yeah.
You have a problem
Yeah,
with that?
I don't have a problem.
Why
with
would
it.
you?
No, I personally I
You
don't.
still
have a
want to hate
problem.
and say it's fake?
No. I'm not trying to say anything's fake because those breasts look very real. I appreciate that and I appreciate her. That's a cheeked up lady.
Julia Fox for best supporting ass. That's what that says.
Oh God.
God
Hilarious.
bless.
People are
God
funny.
bless. All right.
Patrick
Verona.
I saw Joe Rogan post this, and I just. Do you guys see this video that Joe Rogan posted?
Yeah.
No.
You think it's fake?
It looks kind of fake, right? It's hard to tell, but it looks
Let me
kind of fake.
see.
Watch, because this looks basically impossible.
No.
But pay
that
attention-
part's. I don't know about that.
Look at the legs. Look at
That's
the legs.
real.
But look at the legs.
No, that's
No, he might
gymnast.
he might be
gymnast.
paralyzed.
That's what I'm thinking too. like
Oh, he
something-
might be
No, he's
paralyzed.
not paralyzed. That's a gymnast.
But this is. It almost
As
looks.
someone who's dated a
Oh, he's
lot
not-
of
he's not
break dancers,
paralyzed.
this is real.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think this is
People
fake
have done
in
this
any
before.
fashion.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not
actually-
saying it's not real. I'm just saying it looks so kind of like.
What did you say?
I dated quite a few break dancers back in
B-boys.
my
Do
day.
this?
Yeah. I love break dancers.
It's all in the core.
He does look like
Yeah,
his
it's a
legs
lot of
are.
core.
Yeah, a lot of
They're
core.
flimsy, right?
I'll
They're
tell you right
flimsy.
now, the kids are not entertained.
I
know.
know. Yeah,
The kids are like, whatever, man. Show off.
I
Yeah.
bet you there's a. Yeah, I wonder if he does have a thing with his legs.
Like if they're even fake
I
legs.
don't know. I honestly, I think it's all core.
It's
Most of
almost
those
like
movements are core, but there might be something with his legs.
Yeah, because you see the way he walks into it.
Yeah.
if he walked, I'd be like, no problem.
No, watch it.
If he just falls into it.
Yeah.
If he looks
Yeah.
like he's
It's impressive regardless.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, I don't
impressive
think it's
regardless.
fake.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy to me either. I definitely wouldn't have posted that, but whatever.
He thought it was cool.
I think it's cool. I mean,
It was a little.
It was.
hey, Joe, you ever seen a break dancer before?
Yeah, that's pretty tough, though. I
He's
haven't
into
seen that
breakdancing though, right? He watches a lot of breakdancing videos. I remember this.
Does he?
I'm not
Let
joking.
me see
Yeah.
Kim Jong
Read
Un.
it. Oh.
Kim Jong Un.
So recently, people thought he was dead or in his deathbed or whatever. So they're saying that he's been dealing with a lot of stuff in North Korea, and now he's lost a lot of weight.
Now, if he passes away, who follows him? Another
I think his
asshole?
sister.
Isn't it his sister? I heard his sister is worse than him.
Oh, God damn it.
Look at all those hats.
I can imagine anyone is going to be worse than him though. After all that power and how much he's doing.
His sister, though, probably can't wait to get up there and start killing people.
So this is from the North Korean media.
구람없이 걸어왔던가.
You know, they hear commercials like them bombing us and shit, and they think it's real. It's all fake. They're like, we beat the shit out of America.
Oh, so they think we're all kinds of fucked up?
Yeah.
Listen to the language.
자식들의
They're saying he's struggling to walk down the stairs too, and you see him.
시전의
But
눈빛바람
Those are the stairs?
yeah, but I mean, we would do the same
Hey,
thing. wouldn't we?
yeah. I'd
Those
struggle to walk
stairs
down
are
those
difficult. I'll tell you that.
깡그리 높이
My hammies, it'd be
Yeah.
struggle city.
It'll fuck me up.
시는
Those
But he
stairs-
does look skinnier, that's for
Me
sure.
and Sam talk.
어머니의 모습이었습니다. 높이 발휘된 2021년은
Yeah, there's not much to it, just that.
완전
Okay.
사회 나가는
I saw an article about him recently saying that he claims he created the burrito in
Hell yeah.
2011.
Hell yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
And if you're North
He-
Korea,
oh, he
you
said
have
that?
to
Yeah.
go with it. You're like, okay.
You have to memorize his speeches. They pipe them into your living room.
And remember when was his brother died? If you didn't cry hard enough, you'd be in prison.
Was
And
fine.
they were just like,
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Everyone was just crying.
Oh, Oh,
they're all
man.
cry, bitch.
Fuck.
So Stalin, when
Bro, we need to feel blessed.
in Stalin,
blessed.
when you become Stalin, when I was in Russia, 1985, Jesus Christ, when they would clap, people clapped like this in unison. Nobody clapped like that. You didn't clap. You
No,
clapped
there's
together.
a beat to it.
And with Stalin, he would come in when he was going to have his meeting, and all his followers, and they would clap, and he would just sit there and wait to see who was the first one to stop clapping, and no one was willing to do that.
So it'd go on for
he'd
10
let them go on
minutes?
for 60 minutes. They'd be there,
So-
and he'd just be fucking with them, and they'd be going like that, and he'd just be going like this, and waiting for one person to stop.
And what happens if he
no
stopped?
one would stop.
What happens if you stop? You die?
Well, you'd make the list. It was called the list. The other thing that would happen is he'd tell a joke.
Better not fucking sneeze.
He would tell a joke, and among his own inner circle, the guy who would be the first to stop laughing.
Oh my God.
Yes, so he would fuck with his
tough to
followers.
carry it.
And one thing they also knew is that there'd be these just purges where all of a sudden, everybody would just
Sure.
die, and he'd bring a new group in because he knew
He didn't trust
people-
anyone.
Yeah,
Bro, the shit we complain about in the
His
United
doctor,
States.
when
All
he
this
was
pronoun
80
stuff and all this.
Oh my God.
His-
Like,
his
other
own
countries don't
doctor,
subscribe
like
to
this
it.
dude told everybody he
Yeah.
made the fucking burrito and they have to believe it.
Yeah.
They have
man.
to remember his speeches.
Stalin's own.
What?
They have fake towns.
Bruh.
They have,
Oh
fake,
my-
they have fake towns when other politicians come in. They have fake towns.
Yeah.
And it looks like everything's all good. There's no famine or nothing like that.
Oh, so they don't even take him to the actual.
It's a
They
fake
just
town. It's fake. It's not
So
real.
Stalin's,
Nobody lives in them or anything.
Yeah, Stalin's,
Bruh.
Stalin's doctor, when he was 79, 80, he was old. And Stalin's doctor, had his doctor for a long time, all his doctor said was, you're getting older, you might want to take it easy. You're really pushing yourself here, and I'm worried about your health. And Stalin went, thank you.
Killed him?
And he was killed that afternoon. They walked him outside and shot him right through the heart
Jesus
because
Christ.
he dared tell Stalin that
His
maybe
real
he should
health
take it
condition.
easy.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And you know how he died? Died from a heart attack at his desk.
Stalin
Just
did?
rolled over, yeah.
Thank God.
And apparently his follower, I can't remember the guy, started beating on his just started hitting him in his head, just going, you motherfucker, He killed so many people.
Oh my God. Insane.
He was such a monster.
Monster.
He would kill the parents, and so all these kids were in orphanages raised by the state. So he would just kill.
Okay, how was he linked with us then when the World War II?
Because
If he was such a bad- if he
we
was
had a
such a
common
bad guy.
enemy in
Yeah,
Hitler.
in Germany. Yeah.
Got it.
And more Russians died in World War II than any other
Yes,
country.
Yes.
They suffered way more consequences.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
We came
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because I can't
history-
remember.
Germany-
so our history books make it seem like it was America, Russia,
No.
and Britain versus
Yes.
not Germany. We basically came in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
we
were
take
already
credit
at the
for it.
tail end.
We came in
tail
in
end.
41.
Russia was
we came in
fighting.
41. We fought for 4 years, but yeah, this was a European civil war, and the Germans and the Russians had formed an alliance until the Germans, Hitler betrayed Stalin and turned on them.
Yep.
And that was the siege of Leningrad and all
And
that.
they tried seizing Russia, and
Yeah.
more Russians died than
Yeah.
anything.
Now you know what brought
that's what they said when Russia and America won the war. They were going to the German towns. The Germans were so nasty to the villagers and stuff,
Yeah.
so that the Americans were not like that. So we'd go into the towns and we'd take care of people and get out. The Russians had so much animosity towards the Germans.
Crazy.
They'd go in the town and rape and torture everybody because they had so
It was
there's
very
so many
bad.
people died.
Yeah.
So you're talking
Yeah.
40 million,
Yeah.
something nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Crazy, but that was now what brought the Germans to their knees. What the Russians have, they have one thing. Chappelle, you'll know this. Chappelle, what do you think the one thing the Russians have on their side when you go to war with them? When you go into their country and you decide you're going to take them out, what do the Russians have? What's the one thing that the Russians have on their side?
Gosh, I fucking dropped the weather.
Thank you. The winter.
They're really good at
Nice.
it.
I was like, damn, I'm gonna roll the dice.
It's
But-
called Dr. Winter.
But
and
but
ooh,
but what they couldn't figure out is
Good job.
they would track the Nazis and be like,
Wait, isn't Germany just as cold?
no, not as Russia.
Not in-
Russia,
not
excuse
that-
me, sir. Not like
Never
Russia
been.
cold.
Oh, man.
So, but they were tracking the Nazis in the start of the war, and they see the Nazis would be here in Russia, and then through like the nights in 3 days they'd be all the way up here. Like, how the fuck are they doing this? And they realized the Nazis were on methamphetamines. They would take
These
all
motherfuckers
these
taking
drugs.
meth.
yes.
Yeah, but
So crazy.
but how smart are Americans? They went,
Yeah.
oh, they can't sustain this. Just keep giving them a couple of days, then we'll attack them.
Yeah, that's
because they're
right.
going to be so worn out.
That's right.
So we'd
Is that when the Blitzkrieg? Oh no, that was
Blitzkrieg was just what they did to Poland.
To Poland. Got
Where
it.
they was
Okay,
just
okay.
they just
Blitz,
like-
and that's where the term blitz comes from.
Yeah.
In football.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Lightning War.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jim? Any other brain buzzers?
Oh, I think when you said the crying thing, I think it was Kim Jong Il, the dad that died. Not
Yeah.
but yeah, they were just like going crazy.
faked it. Hey, we just saw I'm right on my number. How many Russians died in World War II?
Well, so it was.
I said 40. I think it's more like 20.
Stalin has overall. Stalin has
24 million.
24 million.
Think about how many of that.
America,
Think about that.
400,000.
Think about that.
Yeesh.
Think about that. shit.
Nuts, right?
Yeah. Are you deep
24.
into that? Are you deep into Malcolm X stuff?
I like Malcolm X.
No, like as far as like the
Conspiracy around
around
it?
his death.
Yes.
There's this
What
new doc
about it?
out on Hulu about the two dudes that they had, because there was three guys
Yeah.
that they accused. One was like, yeah, I did it, and the other two,
Nation of
he was
Islam.
like,
Nation of
he was like,
Islam.
yeah.
Nation
He was
of
like the
Islam
other
did
two, these other two dudes. He said to the other two dudes, he goes, they didn't do it or
Yep.
whatever, but they still kept them in prison for
Yep.
like 22
'Cause
years,
they know
something like
the
that.
truth.
But yeah, now they get to. Well, one of them passed, but one of
The other
them.
one gets to speak on it?
Yeah,
he's
he's
in the doc?
Yeah, he's in the
Oh,
dog. He
sick.
speaks on it.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty
the
dope.
Nation of
Also,
Islam, right?
bruh, fucking man, shit be sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. They still haven't. I don't know. I haven't feel like I've narrowed it down or feel like it's been narrowed down to where it's Nation of Islam or like.
There's some pretty good
Some-
Well,
Well, inside stuff.
just because it was the Nation of Islam doesn't mean that the FBI
They had plants in
Yeah.
Nation of Islam.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good doc. I think
Similar
you'll
to
like it.
JFK, like maybe Mafia did it, but the CIA definitely had their hand in it.
Well, I think
Malcolm
I think
X.
with the Warren Commission, like Alfred Dulles, the head of the CIA that Kennedy had fired, was on the Warren Commission investigating his death. It's
Insane.
like
Insane. What else you got, Jen?
All right, did you kind of cover Aquafina here too, or no? Or do you wanna?
They don't know who she is.
Aquafina, that Asian girl with the black
I went hard to
accent.
paint on.
Oh, yeah,
I went
yeah,
hard
what-
to
Yeah.
paint on in the
Let me
shop
see
show.
this.
What do you
What
recognize
happened?
this girl, Brian?
No.
She's in a bunch
she
of
was
big
in,
movies now.
She's
Some
the
type
voice
of
of the
contra-
dragon, but
Yeah.
she they want to cancel her for her black accent. But and this is what I was saying this on the shop show, that people aren't paying attention, because if you knew her background, she grew up in the New York in the Bronx around all black people.
that happens
and
all
she
the
picked
time.
up that culture. And they're like, well, you're culture appropriation. She's like, no, this is how
I
I
don't know how
talk.
she grew up.
Yeah.
I
You
know.
know how many white dudes I met in Atlanta this weekend that had hood accents? It was insane.
Yeah,
What?
I think that's absolutely fair. People, from what I've seen, are nitpicking when she uses the accent.
This is
'Cause in a lot of
outrageous.
interviews where,
She changed
like, when
it.
she went to Hollywood, she used kind of like a normal general voice, whereas
She'll use
before in
Asian
all of her like previous interviews or like YouTube videos, she has her like New York accent, which would have been fine if she just stuck with that. But when she took
my
serious
thing-
roles,
Yeah, here's
she
my
started-
thing, Kat.
yeah.
So she blows up. She's a female rapper coming up from the Bronx around all.
Oh, she's a
black-
rapper.
She
Yeah.
was
Raps does everything.
around all black people. So you're gonna have that swagger.
Yeah.
Gets to Hollywood. She's surrounded by Hollywood elite nonstop. Your mannerisms, your accent's gonna change.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then she gets roles, and like, I guarantee you, I will bet my last fucking bottom dollar. A casting agent went a little too urban for me. Can you kind of go more this direction? She went, oh, I'm getting more roles speaking like this.
agree with you.
Oh,
so she changed.
I will
They say
guarantee
shit like that all the
ways.
time.
Yeah, of course.
I think a bunch of people in
I will
Hollywood do
guarantee
it, but if you're
Especially
not in
in
the industry, you
auditions,
don't
yeah.
know.
It's
This
not.
is
Yeah.
such. Well, fucking Mark Wahlberg did it.
Here's the of course. Here's the bummer is she goes, I'm off Twitter. I'm no longer going to subscribe to Twitter. I don't like it's too toxic. My therapist told me to get off Twitter.
Good.
It's like, all right,
What?
they won. They won. You let them win.
That's what bothers me, man. And I just think that this is more censorship. She should double down. Fuck off.
and she's like, I can't
Yourself.
apologize enough. And but she goes,
Oh,
there's
no.
Apologize for what?
I'll
For
s-
where you grew up? How you grew up?
So we'll see. I'll see you in a few years. Twitter, per my therapist, to my fans, thank you for continuing to love and support someone who wishes they could be a better person for you. I apologize if I ever fell short in anything I did. You're always in my heart.
Good. She's
Man,
insane.
But she
I grew up
shouldn't
around a
be.
lot of white
Fuck-
people.
Fuck you. She should just be like, fuck you.
She
and
should,
keep doing
yeah.
her thing.
I sound like
fuck
Christian.
you. I don't even know if a lot of this Twitter shit is real. It might be just bots too. A lot of it. Or
I don't know
just
She
what it
also
is.
keeps getting roles. She's
Yeah.
blowing up. Man.
Good.
So originally
She was on
she was a
Rich
rapper
Famous
first.
Asian too,
Yeah.
right?
What's her name?
She got big off that.
Aquafina.
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 yeah.
She's so talented.
She's
Super
homies
talented.
with our boy Dumbfounded. They
She's-
know each other from
Yeah,
way
she'll
back
be
in the
fine.
day.
Right.
Oh yeah, she has a million movies going on. Like
Good.
you can tell, she really struggles with it. She's a sensitive soul.
course.
She did an interview with Kevin Hart, and she was like, "How do you deal with like all the backlash?" And Kevin just broke it down.
We're all of us are sensitive. How about that? That's the
all
other thing.
sensitive, yeah.
Let me just be very clear to everybody. I got thick fucking skin. I've been in this business a long time. I'm pretty fucking sensitive, and it's written. You know, you go through some shit in life like this, like I've been through, like whatever. As a performer, as a comic, it's really hard to feel funny after you get fucking
it'll take your light.
kicked in the
It'll
nuts.
take your
it
light.
takes your light.
Takes your funny
And
light.
I'm a pretty tough fucking guy, and I'm getting it back. But man, it was fucking. You know,
Yeah.
I talked to you about it. It was
Yeah.
like it's
Terrible.
dark, man. It's hard, and yeah, but I don't apologize for that. I'm fucking sensitive.
Yeah.
My comedy comes from joy and my love for people. So.
We have this weird thing where we think just people are just like malicious.
No.
But
And it's
that
like-
but that's
but it's
not
like
ours.
but it's like if you think that way, that's your own insecurity. That's your.
I wish I was tougher.
You know what I mean? Like-
but that's the issue with social media. Like, there's no repercussions.
There's
like,
none.
Like
There's none.
Jordan
No.
Peterson talked about this on Rogan. Like, you would never talk to a person
Never.
the way you would talk to them on Twitter.
No.
Whether,
No.
whether you don't like them or not, you would never say that.
because that's not how conversations
Because you don't
work.
even believe what you're saying.
No,
Yeah.
but also you're not going to get affirmation in real life if you talk to some. If you talk, like, let's say
It's easier
someone
to
walked in right now and was like, "Fuck Cap," blah blah blah. We'd all be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?"
Yeah.
On social media, Twitter, you're gonna get affirmation like, "Yeah, fuck Cap."
Do you know they've
get
done
her."
studies on this? It's not
nuts.
even Cheeto fingers, guys. A lot of times it's people you wouldn't believe. It's like a lot of regular people, kindergarten teachers, lawyers. They just want something.
I would
to do.
assume so.
They just want
I
something.
don't think.
to do.
I wouldn't put it
think
past
there,
me on, like,
there
who
is
would-
that, but a lot of it is lost souls who are jealous of successful men,
Yeah.
especially alpha men. So they're just lost.
But there are a
And-
lot of
and
women that
they're-
go bad on women for how they
Well, that's a
dress
different
and all
animal.
Oh, yeah,
I don't have a
yeah,
woman
yeah.
issue. The thing is, it's a lot of insecure individuals that something that you're doing triggers them, whether it's chasing your goals
Yes.
or you're associated with this person.
Yes.
It triggers them, makes them hate themselves, so they
Yes.
lash out online. But if they saw you, you'd be the first person to buy a T-shirt, tell you thanks, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's really
again,
weird.
and I would say this: social media isn't real.
Yeah.
Because no one would speak like that.
Yeah.
Because there's no platform for it.
Yeah.
Like if
Conversations don't work like that.
if Shane Gillis was like, "Hey, everybody, unsubscribe to," you look like a fucking crazy person.
Yes.
But you do it on social media, and everyone's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, there's a rally
Like it's this
around it, yeah.
weird type of dialogue that we don't even know the consequences yet.
Yeah.
We know young kids are committing suicide off of it. We know that. We know
Yeah.
it's addictive, dude. In 10 years, when we have actual evidence of how toxic it is, especially for creators and athletes and stuff,
Yeah,
dude,
That's why I just
it's gonna
tell people
change
eat
the
a
game.
dick, you know.
That's right.
Well, if you subscribe to it though, you're playing the game, so you can only blame yourself.
Oh, listen. I don't reply to any motherfucker that talks any type of shit about me. Because one, I don't know those motherfuckers, and if you're gonna hate me, then hate me forever, motherfucker.
But it's tough because you're 30 held.
35.
You're a grown man at this point. Imagine you're 16.
Yeah.
And like your whole identity is social media, and you put leverage into how many followers you have, and then you're getting hate on there.
Yeah.
They don't know who they are.
They don't. Yeah.
They don't have
100%.
the life experience to handle it.
Yeah.
We do.
Imagine being
You're
a
not gonna
16-year-old,
faze me.
16-year-old star,
You can't faze me.
and on social media.
That's why they all go. Look at Bieber went crazy for a while. It's just he's under this microscope, and then social media.
And then it makes people not want to talk. Like, notice, like he's kind of reserved. He doesn't
He's
do
like,
many.
fuck
He doesn't do
off.
many interviews
You
or anything
unsubscribed.
like that.
You went, oh, I'm out.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's what it makes.
I'm
that's
out.
what makes people do.
He still posts stuff. But he's
Think
not
about
reading
it, like-
comments, stuff like that.
You know,
It's all.
like you brought it up earlier. Innovation, like it makes people like. What if someone like has the idea like they want to be an actor or they want to be somebody, and
Yeah.
they see all this shit happening, they're like, oh, I don't want to.
My daughter, I told you, my
You know
daughter,
what I mean?
13,
It
my
kinda-
daughter goes, none of my friends are on Twitter, Dad.
Twitter,
It's
yes,
toxic.
yeah.
I was like, wow. Okay.
I don't have Twitter.
But you only have yourself to blame. Like if you're gonna play the game, don't get mad. Like don't play a game where you get hit with balls, then complain if you get hit with a ball.
That's right.
Like, and the other thing you got to realize on social media is you realize how big of a mental health issue we have in America, especially in
Yes.
America. When you see like the vicious comments and you go to them, you're like, you have one follower, and you just see like a lot of mental health on there.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
it's
I don't
so
want to
true.
subscribe to this. These
Yeah.
people
So
need
true.
help, dude.
I couldn't
I'm
believe
out.
Twitter for a while. I was like,
But anything, whether it's TikTok,
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, like you're only showing a picture or 15 seconds of your life. That none of that is real.
None of that.
Like
You
I would
can't-
love for The
yeah.
Rock to post when he has a shitty day and does a video.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do
But
that.
that's not what you do. Yeah, that's not
No,
what
he
people
has
do.
a whole message to put out.
Yeah.
As Mr. Positive, Mr. Motivational.
Yeah.
The Rock has bad days.
Yep.
He does.
yeah,
What else you got, Jen?
yeah.
That's kind of it, unless you guys want to see.
No, those were good.
Okay. I enjoyed
All right,
those.
we're good then. All right, here we go.
This Wednesday, Shab and Friends. It's sell
shit.
out. I think it's the
Another
fourth
one.
one in a row. Another one. Hollywood Improv. We got D'Elia, Callan, Chappelle, Jeff Dye. Ahmad Hassan is hosting.
Hassan Ahmad.
Hassan Ahmad. I got it backwards. That is the Hollywood Improv this fucking Wednesday. 30 tickets are left, so that bitch can sell. Get them right now as you hear me talking. Go to thickboy.com, and then Sacramento, California, February 24th through the 26th at the Punchline. Nashville just got announced. Nashville Zanies, March 10th through the 12th. And then I end the month of March, my birthday month, holla, Chicago, March 24th through the 26th.
When's your birthday?
March 18th.
March 18th.
Tickets at thickboy.com. You get my merch there. We redid the site, so it's a one-stop shop for merch. Ticket sales. You can subscribe. You'll see a little link for premium shows to get to the Supercast. It's thickboy.supercast.com, or just go to thickboy.com. Click on there. You get every show I do ad-free plus bonus content. This Saturday at Thickboy YouTube, we have a Cobb-Ass fight companion for UFC 271, Brian, Chris, and 2 very special guests. Sunday on Thickboy, we have a Super Bowl companion, not with Brian and Chris, with 2 very special guests. Waiting for a third one. That's available on Thickboy, another channel. I'll post that as we get closer to it, but that's what's going on in Thick World, man.
Woo! The 17th of February. Fuck off. The 17th of
Your
February.
braces, dude.
No, it's not. The 17th of February, American Comedy Club. 2 shows. American Comedy Club. Get your tickets, and then I got to put that up there. Sam Tripoli and I, Diversion Amusements. Tickets are going. February 19th, 2 shows. Get your tickets. Diversion Amusements. Then Appleton, Wisconsin. March, I'm on the road every single fucking weekend. I got Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin, Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville Comedy Club, March 17th to the 19th. I'm actually at CB Live. I think I got to find that out. I'm in Phoenix.
You got it right.
I know I'm in Phoenix in March, and I'm in Miami, Florida, March Improv. I'm sorry, I bailed.
Okay.
All right. And then February 25th and 26th, I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri at the Comedy Club of Kansas City. March 10th through the 12th, I'll be in Springfield, Missouri at the Blue Room Comedy Club. And then April 8th and April 9th, I'll be in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys Comedy Club. Bam.
All right, kids, we're out. Love you.